Hello and welcome to another battle report on the 18th Cadian Army Group YouTube channel. It is 2000 points, a classic Strikeforce mission, and it is the Astra Militarism 18th Cadian Army Group versus, debuting on the channel for the first time in history, the Leagues of Votann. So the Leagues of Votann are present in this particular fight. So the scenario is there is a reconnaissance in force that has been sent, and scanners have identified a Xenos have been detected in this compound. The ammunition stowage must be maintained and held at all costs. So the Astra Militarum have been sent to quash this Xenos threat, but they don't seem to realise who the Xenos are. All they know is that Xenos have been detected. However, it is the Leagues of Votann that are the Xenos threat, and they will be challenging them for the first time in channel history. Before we go through the list, we're going to shout out those who are supporting me at elite level on the Patreon page. So we have Marcus Fraze, Maxfield Knuckles, Hendrik Pearson, CJ Velasco, Chris Comiskey, Scott Costello, Daniel Baker and Andrea Struer. A special thank you to those comrades that are supporting me on the channel on Patreon, and a special thank you to all of those that are Ultramarines players and Cadian players as well, and the lower tiers as well. You can support me through patreon.com/18th Cadian Army Group, and you can check out that also on YouTube membership. Sign up, join the guard, and win glory for the Emperor. Another thing I want to mention as well, if you've enjoyed this video, I'd really do appreciate if you hit that like button and subscribe to the YouTube channel and hit the bell button, so you'll be notified as to when the next battle report will be live. Remember, premium members and also for veteran members on Patreon, they will watch this battle report 1 week in advance with 0 ads. It helps support the channel and to make it fair for everybody else that wishes to contribute to keep the channel content flowing there as well. So this is the 2000 points of the 18th Cadian Army Group. It's pretty big actually, I have to say. Where should we start? We're going to talk about the command squad that we have here. It is a Arcs of Omen mission that we're playing in this mission today on the channel for the first time, so it's good to get the book out. Phil has got the book, he's back again. We'll talk about his force in just a second. So, leading this detachment is the 501st, also known as the Knuckleheads. So we have Maxfield Knuckles, he's a colonel of the army group. He's going to have the Relic of Lost Cadia. I'm going to try that out. I haven't tried the Relic of Lost Cadia with the new codex yet, and he does have the Honourable Warlord coin as well. So in his command squad retinue, he has a regimental banner, and then we have a medipack, a voxcaster and a melter gun, and then we have an auxiliary force of Ogryns equipped with ripper guns and a bonehead. We have a regimental priest, and we also have a commissar as well. And then I'm going to try these out. They are the old classic Kasarkin squad we have here. So we do have a veteran, a super supporter, which is supporting me on both platforms. So I'd allocated Phil to that task. So he's going to be equipped with the grenade launcher today. And then the rest are equipped with the Hell guns, also known as hotshot las guns. So I'm going to try them out for the first time. Looking forward to using them on the battle. It'll be interesting to see what combos and stratagems we can use in this scenario. So then over here we have the bulk of the force here, which is the main force that we're using, which is the infantry, which is the main emphasis of this detachment. So the way I structured it out is that the classic Cadian squads here, these will count as infantry squads, and then the customized Forge World models and conversions, they will be the Guardsmen second class, which are a bit more experienced, and they will have the Cadian keyword. So we have an infantry squad here, which is led by Sergeant Peter Nastro, and then we have George Whitehall with the Voxcaster, and then we have Matthew Beck, who's actually debuting the first time on the channel, so thank you Matthew for joining the army group. And then we have Jesse Patton. Yes, Jesse Patton is back. So if you can join the ranks even at tier 2 level at £2 a month on Patreon and get your name shouted out and then your name in the end credits as well. So just a regular infantry squad is just as fun for your experience of supporting the channel. So then over here we have another infantry squad, Tyler Grizzle. And then over here we have Harrison Leach, who's a guardsman 2nd class. And then we have the Flamer in each of the squads. So the emphasis is close quarters. So it's kind of like a siege detachment in urban confines there. And then we have over here, we have Sergeant Raycross. He's in command there. And then we have Ryan Woolley. He's got the Flamer today. So that's that there. And then we have, those are the infantry squads done. And we're going to talk about the Cadian shock troopers. So we have an anonymous sergeant leading the squad. And then we have Anthony Leach, who's got the melter gun. We have Mr. Exhaust with the melter this time. There's no plasma, sadly, except on the vehicle. But we'll talk about that later. And then we have Jonathan Rays, who's a guardsman 2nd class as well. And then over here we have Cadian Sergeant Still, Shay Strait, who's in command of this squad. And then we have Patrick Darling with the melter. And then we have Winston Adkins with the melter gun as well. And then we have a new YouTube member, Home Nathan. So however you pronounce that, thank you, comrade, for your support on channel membership. And then we have over here we have Sergeant Donald Hammer, and then we have Matthew Tucker with the melter gun, and then we have Devin Matthews with the melter gun as well. Marshal Cummings is in command of this heavy weapons squad, and Chris Comiskey is in command of the missile launcher. So we've got a heavy weapons squad of heavy bolters, and then we have got the missile launcher squad as well. We've got a unit of armoured sentinels equipped with plasma cannons, all 3 of them as well. And then we have scout sentinels there equipped with multi-lasers. I'm going to try them out there. Henrik Pearson is in command of the Hellhound today. And then we have 4 Lehman Russes, 3 of which are the Demolisher pattern Lehman Russes. So I'm going to try them out with their new rules. And we have Daniel Baker. He's going to be equipped with the multi-melters, sponsons. And we have hull-mounted las cannon and demolisher cannon. And then sponson heavy bolters. Scott Costello is in command of that battle tank there. And Marcus Fraze is in command of this battle tank, equipped with a sponson plasma cannons. And then we have Andreas Stur, who's in command of this tank force today. He's equipped with the Punisher Gatling cannon, hull-mounted las cannon, and the sponson heavy bolters. No tank ace, sadly. I ran out of points. It's exactly dead on 2,000 points there. So the regimental trait that we've gone for is we're going to go for the Born Soldiers trait there. And I think Cassarkins will get another regimental trait, and I'm going to check that. I'm going to choose off camera which one that will be. So the additional doctrine that I've chosen off camera was Recon Operators. So basically they'll count as a deep striking unit and battle around 1. So long as I can move up to 6 inches and move within 9, as long as I'm not within 9 inches of the enemy. So Recon Operators is their additional doctrine. So there you go, that's the 2,000 points of Astra Militarum. The battle cry is, of course, Cadia stands, and for the Emperor. So that's the force that has been sent to deal against the Xenos threat. Let's check out the new army debuting on the channel for the first time. This is even before SS82 has seen this army. So the Leagues of Votann list is coming right up. Right, so this here is it 2,000 points? 2,000 points, yeah, exactly. So it's perfectly balanced, as best as we could for the viewing pleasure of the audience. 2,000 points of Leagues of Votann, and Phil has been very busy during the winter period painting this amazing army. Congratulations, a new army on the channel. So I have no idea what this force does, but Phil does know what this does. Is this your first time using them?
I've had a couple of warm-up games, 1,000 points, but this is the first time with 2,000.
All right, 2,000.
There's a lot to learn.
There is a lot to learn. Much must be learnt in war. That's right.
They're very different.
They are a new faction that Games Workshop have produced as a new faction for me to learn about their tactics. So, Phil, tell us, what have you got?
Right, okay, so 2,000 Leagues of Votann. This is the HQ choices. We've got nearly everything that you can get in this army. The only thing that's not on the table is the Grimnir, which is the Psyker.
Yeah.
Can't fit him in, but we've got the model, but he's not in.
And yet you had an additional one of those.
I have got another one of these, because these guys were nerfed before they were released, and nerfed again after they were released.
And they were banned from tournaments as well.
Points were stripped off them, so it's shrunk down a bit. So they're a bit more of an elite army. I think they'll have fun against born soldiers, because elite soldiers don't like born soldiers' ability wounding on 60s.
No.
Because they're quite tough.
Yes.
So, okay, so who is the Warlord? Here's the Warlord here. Here's the Carl. And he's been upgraded to the High Carl. He has the Warlord trait, Experienced Eye.
Okay.
Which I think gives him a double... he gives out judgment tokens in the command phase. He can do it twice.
Okay.
Yeah, he's standard. He's got a combi bolter and a massive gauntlet, and he has got the teleport crest.
Yes.
Next HQ next to him here is the Iron Hair champion.
He looks tough.
He is a nightmare. He is really strong. He's even stronger because he's got the relic Exactor hammer, which is the normal hammer hit is -1 to hit, so it hits on 3s.
Yeah.
This one hits on 2s.
Oh.
And if I hit you, unmodified rune rolls of 6.
Yeah.
Automatically you do D3 plus 3 mortal wounds. D3 plus 3. A lot of mortal wounds, and then that ends.
Yeah.
But it also does. The weapon itself also does. Standard wound is D3 plus 3. It's strength 10, AP minus 3.
Yeah.
Oh, and also he's got mass driver accelerators, so he charges you. If I hit you when I charge you, if I roll a 6 or equals or beats the highest toughness characteristic of that enemy unit, you get D3 mortal wounds. So when he charges you get D3. So he's pretty evil.
Yeah.
And then we've got the final HQ is the Brookia Ironmaster.
Which one's that one? That's
this guy here.
This guy here, okay. Yeah.
He's been upgraded to the Forge Master.
Yeah.
Which lets him take Master Armourer Warlord trait. So he can repair vehicles. He can also let them hit +1 to hit and lots of bits like that. So very good. He's got various of sort of tech marines that go with him. You know, like these are called ecogs, but they're just like servitors.
I wonder why Games Workshop had to apologise to the audience, because they are super strong.
They're super strong, yeah. They are strong. So he's got all sorts of things like that. So that's the HQ choices. Though troops here, 2 squads the same of the troops.
Yeah.
So they're actually called Hearthkin Warriors.
Okay.
And they have, each of them have a Thane, which is like a sergeant.
Yeah.
He gets an extra attack. And strict leadership 8. These are all leadership 7. They've all got iron blasters.
Yep.
Which are strength 5, AP minus 2, 2 damage.
What, that standard infantry?
It's the gun.
AP minus 2. What's the range?
Range 18.
Okay.
But this is the Emir Conglomerate, this red colour.
Yeah.
So their special trait is +4 range on their ranged weapons. Ridiculous. And their other trait is everything with a 2+ save, like him and him, gets a 4 up invul.
Yeah.
Anything else gets a 5 up invul. So they've all got that. Oh, and at half range is +1 AP. A bit like Mefric Dynasty. So we like them. That's why they're all painted red. Half-gear warriors. So yes, they've got that one. We've got one medic in each group. They can have they can combat restore wounds, and for a CP they can bring back a model. We've got one with a heavy weapon L7 missile launcher.
Yeah.
Which has got two types of weapon.
Oh, frag and crack
sword, yeah.
Yeah.
D6 or one shot.
Yeah.
And then he's got a Magna Rail rifle, which is nice. So it's a 20 this will be 28-inch range,
Yeah.
strength 9, AP -4, and it's D3 plus 3 wounds.
Yeah.
And being Magna Rail, you can't have involved saves against it,
Oh dear me.
which is a Magna Rail.
Yeah.
And on wound rolls of 6, damage carries over to other parts of the unit it's shooting at.
Okay.
And then we've got a scanner, and we've got a sort of radio, comms array. Yeah. So this allows them to be within 24 of the leader's aura, and still get the bonuses he wants to give them. And the pan-spectral scanner. Each time a model in the bearer's unit makes an attack with a ranged weapon, you do not receive the benefits of light cover. That's the same for both of those.
Yeah.
So if we go around this way.
How many points are they as a squad?
I couldn't tell you off the top of my head. They're all different in the book.
Okay.
I haven't updated it on my sheet.
That's right. We'll check it. We'll check it later. Yeah. That's all right. So
fast attack. We've got Sagittar, which is a vehicle. That is 130 points. I know that. Yeah. That one is. This one's fixed with the L7 missile launcher and the Sagittar missile launcher on top here. So we've got two weapons. That's heavy 2, strength 10, AP -3, damage 3. That one is either D6 or one shot, crack or frag, basically. Yeah. And it's got twin bolt cannons on the front. Yeah. You can have 5 passengers inside, as long as they're infantry size. So he'll go in. These guys can't fit in it. They can. These can. If you need 2 of these, then you can split a 10-man squad into 2. But that's how you do it. But I'm sticking with just one. Yeah. That's fast attack. And then the other fast attack with 2 squads of Hernkin Pioneers. These are pretty heavily amazing. So they've got loads of weapons. They've got revolvers. Each of the guys. They've got a shotgun. They've all got a rotary cannon, which is this here on each one. One of them's got a guy in the back here. One of them's got an iron beamer, which is that one, and he's got a high-as rotary cannon, 24-inch, 9 shots, strength 6, AP -2. They also have concussion grenades, and one of them's got a roller searchlight. Yeah. That means you don't get the benefit of dense cover when they shoot you. And one of them's got a pan-spectral scanner, that one, which is stops light cover. And he's got a comms array, which means they can be within 24-inch range. They have a pre-game move. They're really fast, and they hit quite hard. And they're only about 125 points each squad, so they're quite reasonable.
125?
I think so.
Wow.
Quite reasonable.
Okay. Pretty tough.
Yeah, they've only got
4+ save.
3. Their strength, their toughness 5. They've got 3 wounds. Yeah.
So what are these things here?
Right. So now we've got elites. These are Einheer Hearthguard.
Okay.
So he's the Einheer champion, and these are Hearthguard. So they're a bit like Terminators.
Yeah.
They've all got a plasma gun.
Yep.
Which is one shot, 28-inch range, strength 8, AP -4, damage 2.
AP -4, damage 2.
Yeah.
Just better than a plasma gun. It doesn't overheat.
No, it hasn't got near that.
Wow.
And they've also got concussion gauntlets for their melee,
which
is strength 8, AP -2, 2 damage.
Okay.
They also have teleport crest. He's called the Hessia. He has a teleport crest, so they can be deployed in reserve. There's a stratagem as well where you can move them in the game.
Yep.
So they're quite strong. They've got quite heavy attacking melee as well as shooting, and because they've got a 4+ involved.
Yep.
Then these are Chthonian Berserks.
Oh, berserkers.
These are quite crazy little guys. They've all got concussion walls,
Yep.
which is strength 10, AP -3, 3 damage, and they hit on. They have to hit on 4s because they're normally hit on
Unwieldy.
3s, but they're heavy, unwieldy. Yeah.
Yeah.
They've only got a 6+ save,
Yep.
but they do fight when they get killed.
Okay.
If they're in melee and you kill them, they get to fight before they go. Also they've got 5 up, feel no pain, and they can reroll charge. So they're quite good. So these are heavy support, the Brokier Thunderkin. They're armed with the SP conversion beamer, which is a beam weapon, which means once you hit something a long way away, you can roll a damage on things in
So it
between,
goes through, yeah.
including my own
Units.
group troops, which was FAQ'd.
Yeah.
But the conversion beamer is strength 7, AP -2, 3 damage. And if it hits something more than 15 inches away, it counts as having an extra hit for some strange reason. So, yeah.
Wow.
Weird.
Okay. So they're good at long range, I suppose.
Yeah, good at long range, yeah.
Yep.
And then finally, last but not least, is heavy support, the Hecaton Land Fortress.
Oh, wow.
This is what all the fuss was about when it came out. I think it was something like 200 and... What was it saying here? 200 and... It was 230 points when it came out.
Yeah.
It's now about 330 points, I think.
Okay.
They found it too awful. So it's got...
Too good.
It's too good. It's got... what have we got on here? So we've got a big heavy Magna rail cannon. So it's like that one,
Yep.
but it's heavier. That one is strength 14, AP -4, 2d3 plus 6.
2d3 plus 6.
Yeah. No invul.
No invuln.
6
And
is
it's a beam
carry over.
weapon.
No, it's not beam weapon.
Not
It's
beam
just a
weapon.
strength. It's a range 40.
Yeah.
One shot. Then we've got 4 iron beamers,
Okay.
which are beam weapons. It's got 4 of those.
Yep.
It's got a MATR auto cannon on the back, which is heavy 6, strength 7, AP -2, 2 damage. And it's also got a missile launcher there, and in this case it is loaded up with, it's got a choice of 3 I think, so I'm going with the Kinsrath warhead, heavy 2 d6 blast weapon.
Okay.
One shot, it's a 1 shot only.
Yeah.
Believe that's
I think that's it.
all its weapons.
I think you covered it.
Oh, it's got a scanner.
What's the toughness and armour save?
This?
Yeah.
Oh, it's got a 2-up save,
2 up save.
so it'll be a 4-up invul.
Okay.
It's toughness 8.
4 up invuln.
Yeah.
A 4 up invuln. Wow.
Yeah. And 16 wounds.
16 wounds.
Yeah. And this guy here, he can, I think he can make it so it's -1 damage or -1 to hit, something like that when he's near it. Protects it. He can protect it. And he can repair like
It's kind of like a tech brief
D3 wounds or something, or I think because he's a Brokier Iron Master or something, he can do even better. And I'm not 100% sure, but it's all in the book, which I should be reading heavily as we play.
Right.
So that's them, and that's all thanks to your sponsor, the Outpost.
Oh, thank you very much. Yes, you remind me. You can click the link if you wish to support the
Which
show,
I did. I clicked the link
which he did, which was very
in
kind of
November.
him.
I clicked the link
Click the
and
link.
found that they had the last remaining in the world starter box for the Leagues of Votann.
Oh, there
So I
you
thought, I'll get that,
go. Yeah.
and I did. And that's
there
what
you go.
started it all off. So you've got yourself to blame.
Well,
if anything
thank you
happens.
very much. So,
If you don't like it, it's your own fault, I'm afraid.
yeah, that's all right. That's cool.
You know.
So just to remind you, yes, Phil used the affiliation link, which was one of my sponsors from the Outpost. So the more details will come up in the end of this video, or you can press forward on the chapters in the video description below. So that's 2,000 points.
Yeah.
Yeah. So thank you for sponsoring. Well, just using the sponsor to get your models.
Yeah. And they're
I
I can't speak. They're so good. They're very, very good. He's whoever is in charge of them is very responsive to emails.
Yes, they're very, very organised when it comes to that, and they have
very fast postage.
Yeah, fast postage.
Excellent.
And a reliable price
Very reliable,
as well.
yeah.
So can't complain.
I do recommend them.
Yeah.
I bought all this is from them. It's
Yeah.
the dice. They had the dice that was out of stock everywhere.
Yeah.
Everything. Yeah. Very
Excellent. That's very, really good. And thank you, Phil, for using the link to purchase this wonderful army that is debuting on the channel. So there you go. That's the 2,000 points of the Leagues of Votann. Next up is scenario and deployment. So we're going to do the Arcs of Omen mission, Grand Tournament Strikeforce 2023. So this mission is called Recover the Relics. So, mission briefing. The battlefield is strewn with holy relics important to you and your enemy, whether for veneration or corruption. You must reclaim as many of these vital objectives as you can without sustaining unacceptable casualties in the process. No subject of worship wishes for all of their devoted followers to be slain. So, the mission rules. Battle Forge, CP bonus. In this mission, at the start of each player's command phase, both players gain 1 CP, not just the player whose turn it is. Those CPs are the Battle Forge CP bonuses, and so limits of gaining of maximum 1 CP per turn does not apply to the CP gained as a result of this rule. So that's basically what we've been doing. Okay, recover the relics. In this mission, a player only receives the Battle Forge CP bonus at the start of the command phase if they control either one or more objective markers than their opponent's territory, or if they control one or more objective markers in no man's land. In addition, if at the start of their command phase a player controls the objective marker in their opponent's deployment zone, that player receives 1 command point. That is, this is the additional to the Battle Forge CP bonus. So primary objective. This mission has the following primary objective. Break them body and soul. We wage 2 wars, one of strategy and one of faith. The 2 are intertwined. This battle is also one of the tactics and conviction, if they are to consolidate our gains and persecute the longer war. You must ensure that the enemy is made to bleed and disappear. In the section, 3rd and 4th battle rounds, at the start of each player's command phase, the player whose turn it is scores 4 victory points for each of the following conditions they satisfy for a maximum of 12 victory points. They control 1 or more objective markers, and then they control 2 or more objective markers. They control more objective markers than their opponent controls. In the 5th battle round, the player who has the first turn victory points at the end of the command phase, as described above, for each of the above conditions they satisfy, the player who has the second turn scores victory points at the end of their turn, as described above, for each of the above conditions they satisfy. In every battle round, at the end of the battle round, each player scores 1 victory point for each enemy unit that was destroyed at the battle round, so a maximum of 3 victory points per player per battle round. So that there is the mission, and this is the book and the scenario that I'll be using in this particular fight. Okay, this is the objectives placement and deployment with regards to the mission. So 1 enemy force will be going over here, and the other force will be going over there. There are 6 objectives in this mission. We have an objective here, an objective there, an objective there, an objective here, objective there, and we have an objective just over here. Clarification of terrain. We are going to count this as line of sight blocking over there. That's the exposed position on the top there. And then over there, if an enemy unit is on top there, they'll get the benefit of cover. and over here as well if you're on top of these units here. And we're going to count them as fortifications. They will have a wounds tally, so they'll have 20 wounds at toughness 8 and a 3+ armor save as well, but the guns are inactive. So once that building, the fortification has been destroyed, it could detonate on a roll of a 6, and it has 10 fire points, so infantry can fire out of them, but it can transport a maximum of 20 models inside these bastions. We're just doing a house rule for opening and closing doors. So infantry models can open doors, and then once the infantry unit has moved to the other side of the door will automatically shut. Vehicles and any other types of units will not be able to activate doors. And I think that is clarification done. So this here is the board in this particular fight, and off camera we're going to roll off to see which end the forces will be deployed, and we'll talk about the deployment next. So both forces have deployed. The Astra Militarum actually won the roll-off, so they chose where to deploy. We decided to deploy this side over here. The Leagues of Votann have gone for this side of the deployment zone first. So we start off with the Astra Militarum. The Sentinels have done a forward deployment. The Scout Sentinels, forward deployment more than 9 inches away from the enemy. And then we've got a Shock Trooper squad over here. We have a Lehman Russ Demolisher. We have a Missile Launcher squad on the top here. Another Lehman Russ Demolisher. We have to get in close for the Demolishers because they're short range. We have an Infantry squad in support behind them, the tank. We have a Shock Trooper squad and an Infantry squad there. The Commissar and the Regimental Priest is there to pray to the Emperor for victory. And then we have the Command Squad retinue at the back here issuing out orders there. And then we have another infantry squad here, the Tank Commander with the Punisher Gatling Cannon there. And then we have another Lehman Russ Demolisher there. The Armoured Sentinels are at the front here. The Ogrin Squad just there. The Heavy Weapons Squad of Heavy Bolters. And then we have a Shock Trooper squad over here. In reserve we have the Kasarkin squad ready to ambush the enemy, as well as the Hellhound that will hopefully flank and get into close quarters quickly. The Votann have done their deployment there, so Phil is going to tell us how the units have been deployed accordingly.
Okay, so both troop squads are set up sort of mirror image on either side, near the objective. The heavy support are in this bastion, supported by the High Carl, Warlord. The Pioneers, one group here, and one set over there. The Brokier Ironmaster, Forge Master is here, supporting this vehicle. Inside that vehicle is the Iron Here Champion. Over there we've got the Sagitteur. Inside the Sagitteur are the Chthonian Berserks. And the
oh yes, these models.
these Iron Here Hearthguard are on in teleport sort of deep strike.
In reserve.
In reserve, That's it.
The other thing we forgot to mention was secondary objectives for both the forces. So, Phil, what have you chosen?
I'm looking at them. They're I'm trying to keep it a bit simple because the Votann ones tend to be quite complicated. So I think we're going to go with behind enemy lines. Which is something in your zone. We're going to go for assassination. Because you've got quite a few characters.
I've got I think I've got 4 characters. I do have a Commissar, Priest, Tank Commander, and we have the Colonel, Regimental Officer. They have the character keyword.
And bring it down.
Bring it down for vehicles. I do have a lot of vehicles.
Which is monster or vehicle that is destroyed. So I'll do that, yeah.
Okay.
Assassination, bring it down behind enemy lines. So you're doing the...
I'm going to try them out, just as a fun narrative game. I'm going to try out all 3 from the Arcs of Omen, just to give them a try. Because I like to use as many of the rules as I possibly can before we transition over to a new edition as well.
So you've got purge the enemy by lasgun and bayonet.
Yep.
So 1 VP each time an enemy unit that started the turn within range of an objective is destroyed by you.
Yeah.
You've got boots on the ground.
Yeah.
At the end of each of your turn, you get 1 VP for each table quarter that's got 1 or more platoon infantry units in it.
Units, yeah.
And 1 VP if 1 or more regimental standard units is either wholly within 6 inches of the centre.
Yeah.
And then you've got inflexible command.
Yeah.
So this is just having people near you. So 2 VP if every platoon infantry is within 6 inches of an officer.
Yeah.
At the end of your turn. 1 VP if every squadron unit from your army is within 12 inches of an officer.
Yeah.
And 2 VP if any enemy units were destroyed by you while they are being affected by an order.
Okay. Nice. Simple. Well, they're quite good.
Yes.
So that's the deployments we've done there. By the way, just to mention from one of our sponsors, Gammat.eu, this is one of their battle maps that we'll be using in this scenario. Big thank you to Gammat.eu for sponsoring this channel. So the deployment has been done. The stakes are high. Battle is imminent. It is time to seize the initiative. Who's going to take the initiative? Phil, are you ready?
No.
No. A 1 and a 5. So the Leagues of Votann have won the dice roll. First or second?
Is it a choice now in this?
It is a choice.
It
is a choice.
I'll go first.
Okay, the Leagues of Votann are going first. What a debut it's going to be for them. As we go on to the Leagues of Votann Battle Round 1, Turn 1. Bonus, we go back up to 6. The Leagues of Votann go back up to 4 command points at the beginning of the battle round. It's the end of the command phase for the Leagues of Votann on battle round 1, turn 1. Phil, tell us what you've done.
So the High Coal has given the broken reroll hit rolls.
Okay.
And he's selected 2 enemy units that are visible to him,
yeah,
and given them a judgment token. So this one,
yep,
and because he's a High Coal and he's got that experienced eye wall trait, you can do it twice. So he's done on that one there.
Okay. So what does that do?
Judgment tokens. If you've got 1 judgment token on you, your priority target identified on hit roll of 6, unmodified, it's auto wound.
Auto wound. Okay. So that is it, I believe. Is there anything else in the command phase?
That's it in the command phase.
End of the command phase. Going to go straight onto the movement phase for the Leagues of Votann, turn 1. So it's the end of the movement phase for the Leagues of Votann on turn 1. It looks as though these bikers units have pressed forward. The what are they called? These units here?
They're the Hearthkin Warriors.
Halfkin Warriors.
Oh, sorry, they're Hearthkin Pioneers on the bikes.
Oh.
Hearthkin Warriors are the troops.
So they've basically pushed forward. Their movement is 5, isn't it?
That's
the
5,
infantry.
and their move's 12.
Because they're dwarves, they're a bit slower than normal. The bikes are pressed forward here. They've stood still. The vehicle has pressed, it's gone over to here actually and secured this objective there. And the land fortress has swung across over to here, ready to shoot against the Lehman Russ. And then we have another unit pressing forward as well.
Pressed forward,
So they're going to activate the door.
No, they're just standing.
They're just standing by there, ready to go through.
I paid 1 CP for accelerated response.
Yeah.
So these guys can move, instead of advancing, they move an extra 12 inches.
Okay.
So they count as moving rather than advancing. So
Righty-ho.
they can shoot.
That. So that's the end of the movement phase. No psychers for any of the factions here. I'm going to go straight on to the shooting phase. Turn 1 for the Leagues of Votann. Here, Thunderkin are going to shoot against the Lehman Russ Demolisher over there. I'm not spending a stratagem yet to protect that vehicle.
It is a beam weapon, but the closest point doesn't go across my guide. I've left the gap there, so it goes from there to there.
So there's no beam rules there. So hitting on 3s, normal. And Leagues of Votann dice.
Re-rolling because of the Kai card gave them the re-roll.
The High Khan.
So
that's
they've all
3 hits. 7. Toughness 8, so 5 to wound. 1 wound comes through. AP minus.
Oh, each time an attack is made with if it hits a unit, the unit was if more than 15 inches away, it counts as additional hit.
Counts as additional hit.
I've got 3 more
so
hits.
So 3 more hits.
3 more hits. I've got 3 more hits.
So 3 more hits.
So it's got a wound on 5s.
Yeah, 5s to wound. Another one, so 2 wounds.
2 wounds.
1 has saved, 1 has not.
3 damage.
I'm going to let that through. So down to 10 wounds remaining on that Lehman Russ. So the land fortress is going to fire at the Lehman Russ. Now I will spend the stratagem point for smoke launchers. So allocating targets. So smoke launchers have been activated on the Demolisher. So who are you targeting with the weapons?
The rail cannon's going into the Demolisher.
Yep.
The iron beamers and the auto cannon here, the small auto cannon, are going to go into the Sentinels.
Phil says just not firing the missile yet. Primary weapon, here we go.
It's a 3-up ballistic skill.
-1 for smoke. 1.
CP
He's going
reroll.
to spend a CP to re-roll 50-50. It's a hit. It's no wound of a 6. It's not judged. So strength of the weapon.
14.
14. Toughness 8. So 3s to wound. So wound. AP minus.
4.
So I've got a 6+ armor save. I will call upon a Patreon. I'm going to call upon Andreas Struer. He's a gold level Patreon supporter. He is a part of the general staff of the army group, needing an Astra Militarism symbol. Oh, it's a 4. Do I spend a CP to re-roll? Nope. But what would it have been? 5.
Getting closer.
Getting close. So it's do the damage then.
It's 2d3 plus 6.
2d6 3 plus 6. So that is 9 damage. It's got 1 wound remaining. Unbelievable. You, Andrew Struer, for your faithful support. Highest member on the Patreon level on Patreon. So next up we have what they're called
Iron beamers.
Iron beamers into the Scout Sentinels, hitting on 3s. Yeah, each have 2 shots each. They're not judged, so no 6s are judgment tokens.
All hits.
All hit except for 1. Strength of the weapon.
7.
Toughness 7 now is an armoured sentinel, so wounding on 4s. That's 3 wounds. AP minus
2.
AP minus 2. The Scout Sentinel has a 4+ save. AP minus 2, making it a 6+. Saved none, so we're down to 4 wounds on one of those.
2 damage each.
Oh, 2 damage.
Yeah.
Oh, right. So that
6 damage.
6 damage, so 1 wound remains on the sentinel. Shot here.
This is from the MATR autocannon.
Okay. So
6 shots, heavy 6, hit on 3s.
hit on 3s. 4
Strength
hits.
7, AP minus 2.
Yep.
So 4s again.
4s again.
Ooh.
AP minus
2.
2. I need 4 6s.
These are 2 damage a time.
They're 2 damage a time as well. Right, here we go. So the first sentinel that's on its last wound is gone. So I do the detonation roll now. It does not explode. And 3 more saves of 6+. We save 1. Good. So 4 damage on the other sentinel. Pioneers, I'm going to try and eradicate the Lehman Russ. 6s to hit are really good because I'll be auto wounding, because it is under judgment. 3 shots. This is the white. Oh, it's judged already.
All hit, so that's auto wound.
Auto wound.
These are strength 7.
Strength 7. 5's to wound. That's 2 wounds as well.
And then, okay, well, let me do this one. These are AP minus 1, 2 damage.
AP minus 1, 2 damage. I'm gonna do 2 regular saves. I'm gonna save my patrons till later. Oh! I've got to do it. CP reroll. 3+ save. Yes, I got it. Okay. Alive. Thank you for the CP.
And then this is the high-las rotary cannon.
Okay.
9 shots.
9 shots.
Hitting on 3s.
3s.
Auto wound.
Auto wound. Okay. It's -1, by the way. It's for smoke. So they've missed. That's extra protection there for the stratagem.
These are strength 6.
Okay.
So 5 still.
5 to wound. Yep. Ah, oh, 6.
These are AP minus 2.
AP minus 2. Okay. So I need a really, really good roll. I need a perfect roll to keep this Lehman Russ alive. No. However, we are going to see if it explodes. If it explodes, I may spend a stratagem to do Vengeful Salute. It does not explode. And I'm going to check the weapons ranges here. I may target some units before it goes down. Check the ranges off camera and line of sight critically. True line of sight counts as heads, arms, torsos, etc. Not banners. I can only see the banner on your squad leader. So they're okay. They're safe. Behind their true line of sight, that's been FAQ'd. The heavy bolters in range, the las cannons in range, but it's hitting on the lowest bracket. So I'm not going to spend that stratagem. I've changed my mind there. It does not explode, but we have to remove this Lehman Russ here, and it was commanded by Scott Costello. I do apologise, Scott. Leagues of Votann, they are a pain. So war has been officially declared. So that's a new enemy. Thank you, Scott, for your support on the channel. No charges. That's it. All shooting. Pretty devastating. We lost a Sentinel and we lost a Lehman Russ Demolisher. But we still have 3 perfectly intact Lehman Russes. It is now turn for the Astra Militarism as we go on to Battle Round 1, Turn 1 for the forces of the 18th Cadian Army Group. We regain a CP and a CP back for the leagues, Votann, bring them up to 3. Before we moved on to a new turn, Phil has secured, he's dropping the pen in the background there, he's like all excited.
It flew out of the book.
It flew out of the book. He has secured Bring It Down victory points for taking down the Lehman Russ Demolisher. The leagues of Votann have secured 2 victory points for bringing down the Lehman Russ battle tank. Scout Sentinels, additional victory point because one of the Sentinels has been brought down. Command phase on turn 1. So the Commissar has issued an order to this squad here, show them steel, show them contempt, and also the platoon keyword, so they'll be affected by that order as well. And the officer has issued an order within 24 inches of this Cadian shock trooper squad, move, move, move. And then over here, the tank commanders are in 12 inches of this Lehman Russ and is going to pound them to dust. So that is the end of the command phase. The orders phase is done. We're going to go straight on to the movement phase on turn 1, the Astra Militarum. End of the movement phase for the Astra Militarum on turn 1. Just to clarify, on the back of the command phase, the regimental priest has prayed to the Emperor to bless the army, and the Emperor's prayers, the priest's prayers have been answered. So they will have those special rules there from the regimental priest. So we've moved the heavy bolters into the bastion to give them extra protection as well. And the Ogryns have remained in cover at the moment. The shock troopers have moved forward a normal move, so they may give them a volley on the top over there. And then we have over here, we have the Leman Russ has moved 10 inches to get engaged with the land fortress, as well as this Leman Russ on the top there as well. The Punisher has moved forward to engage against those Votann bikers. The missile launcher team has stood still. The command squad has actually advanced 6 inches and have gone over to there. Just being cautious about the Terminators, so you don't want to get into plasma fire against them. It would be absolutely brutal. The other thing as well is this infantry squad has advanced an extra 3 inches. So they are on the run in support of the tank. The Sentinels have pressed forward as well, 12 inches, and they've done a move, so they've gone 12 inches for the infantry as well. So that's the end of the movement phase. No psychic phase. Going to go straight on to the shooting phase, coming right up on turn 1. Andreas Struer is going to shoot the Leman Russ Punisher. He's going to shoot into those bikers. The heavy bolters will do the same as well. And the las cannon has line of sight to the land fortress. We're going to do the las cannon first, hitting on a 4+. And that is a 6, and guess what? We judge you. So that's an auto wound, good sir. So that's AP -3, but you do have your special negation of armour of contempt, so it becomes AP -2.
Yeah.
What's your armour, sir?
2+.
2+, so it becomes a
4
4+.
pinball as well.
4 up in one. And it's passed, of course. Next up, we have the Punisher Gatling Cannon. This will be hitting on 3s because it's a turret weapon. We have an auto wound. And we'll take away the 1s and 2s. And this is strength 6, toughness on those. Yeah, the Pioneer. Toughness 5, so 3s to wound. So that there is 5 wounds in total, AP -1.
They've got armour of contempt, so minus. You took that off?
Yeah, AP -1. So you've got your 3-up save, is it, that you have?
They're a 4-up save.
4-up save, so you still get your armour save of normal.
So 4-ups.
4-ups, yeah.
Am I in cover in there?
You're not in cover, sadly, now.
4-up. How many was it?
It's 5 saves. See if we can take these down. Oh, 3 wounds. 3 or 4 wounds, because you only got 4+ save.
Yeah.
And how many wounds they got each?
3.
3, so a biker has been punished here.
Take the back one. Oh, no, not... Yeah, the back one.
You can take the back one off there. It's good shooting there from the tank commander. It's the heavy bolters. Completely missed. Oh dear me. That's the spons and gunners there. Done. War has been declared officially on the channel. So the heavy bolters are going to be shooting now. They'll be hitting on 5s because they moved. So 1 auto wound and a hit. 2 is a failure. So only 1 wound, AP -1, but you got your Arm of Contempt on one of your Votann models.
How many shots?
Just 1 wound.
Just 1.
This does 2 damage and the armour holds. Guns into the same squad. 2 hits and no wounds. Agreed off camera that they will get cover because they're technically behind the pipes. So we will supercharge. So this Sentinel, D3 shots, 3 shots, so 3, next one is 2, and the next one on the right is 1. So 6 shots in total. So we're going to do the 3 one first. Hitting on 4s. I do take a mortal wound, but 1 has hit, so that goes down to 6. Central Sentinel. It's actually got a hit, an auto wound as well, and the last one. That's 2 regular hits. Strength 8, toughness 5, 3s to wound, both wounded. So that there is 3 wounds at AP minus 3. You'll negate the AP minus to AP minus 2. Because you have Arm of Contempt equivalent up.
Yeah, then, 4 up save, but I've got a 5 up
invulnerable save.
So how many 2?
3 in total. And that's 2 damage a time. And that kills 1 bike.
Wounds.
Yeah, 1 bike, and 1 wound remains on another. 6 las guns at long range, hitting on 4s. They are shock troopers, so 6s are auto wounds as well, and they get 2 additional hits. That's another auto wound and a hit as well. Strength is 3 though, so 5s, and another wound. 4 wounds, no AP. So you've got your flat armour save.
4s.
And that is the last wound needed, unless you want to spend a CP reroll to save. So another one has been killed. Good shooting there from the shock troopers. Selected targets, the plasma cannons are going to try and neutralise that unit there. And we're going to fire the demolisher cannon, the whole mounted las cannon, into the land fortress. We'll call upon a Patreon. And it is Marcus Fraser's tank. And it is only fair that Marcus Fraser will get to use his heroic dice. A bronze member of the Army Group. Many a year that he has been supporting me on the channel. Thank you, Marcus Fraser, for your faithful support on the channel. But this is your moment of glory. We do have a las cannon hitting on a 4+, which misses sadly. I was just saying I cannot re-roll wounds or spend CPs to re-roll failed wound rolls. Okay. I've done pound them to dust order over here. So hitting on 3s. This is Marcus Fraser's moment of glory. That is pretty good. I'm gonna have to spend a command point. So take away a CP, and I'm gonna re-roll one of these dice to hit. And that is a 1. Failed with the CP. So 4 hits. Strength is 10.
Who are you shooting at?
The land fortress.
What are you shooting?
The demolisher cannon.
Oh, is it D6 shots?
Yeah, D6 shots. I did a flat 6 shots because of the order.
Okay.
Because I pound them to dust. And I did get an auto wound, by the way. I did get an auto wound. So here we go. It's 2 more wounds. Yeah. So 3 wounds in total. AP minus 3, but you do get your -1, negates the -1, so you do get a AP minus 2.
So 4 up in
So 4 up in Votann. Okay, 1 has passed. Bearing in mind, there is another Lean and Rust Demolisher.
Yeah, doesn't matter. Well, it might matter. Okay, let's spend a CP. Okay. Reroll that.
Okay, so
we're going to use the Broke Hero on Forge Master's ability to negate one of those hits, so it's a 0.
Okay, so 1. So it's going to be 3 plus D3 damage, but -1 on top of that. Whoa, and that is if it's -1 damage, it's going to be 4 damage in total. But I do roll 3, so it could be 5 damage.
It's got 16 wounds, so it'd be 11 left, yeah?
11 left, okay. Does it negate AP -1 damage as well? It's not like a dreadnought, is it? Like armor?
No, there's no.
Oh, okay. So that's going to be.
It's just
11 wounds remain then.
Yeah.
Okay. So 11 wounds remain on the land fortress. Target maximum firepower. With this Lee and Rust Demolisher, I will call upon Daniel Baker because this is his vehicle. So Daniel Baker, honourable mention to you, good sir, a Bronze Star member of the Army Group. So we have 4 multi-melter shots, a las cannon, and D6 shots with the Demolisher. So we're going to do the D6. Actually, we're going to do the las cannon first. Las cannon. That is a hit. And 2 is a failure. Bounces off the armour. Next up is the multi-melters. I'm not within armour vein. So hitting on 4s. That is 1 auto wound and 2 hits. Strength 8. Your toughness 8. I think you are. So 4s to wound. And that's 2 wounds. If that's toughness 8.
Yeah, toughness 8. Yeah.
Yep, 2 wounds. This is AP minus 4. But you do get your 4 up in vulnerable save. It's 3 saves in total. Okay. So this is 2d6 damage. 5 damage. Okay, so it's down to 6 wounds remaining. Now it is all down to this tank here. This demolisher round. Here we go. And that is 4 shots. That is respectable. We have pre-measured off camera. It is in range. Hitting on 3's turret weapon. And that is really good. I could have spent another stratagem to do 5s to auto wound, but I'm not going to do that. So 1 auto wound for born soldiers. Strength 10, 3s. Oh, okay. 2 wounds, AP minus 3. You must pass these 4 up in buns. He hasn't! That's going to be 6 plus 2d3 damage. Oh no. Oh no, it's a 5 as 12 damage!
It doesn't blow up.
And it doesn't blow up.
I've got someone in that.
Okay, so you've got models inside.
1 model.
Do not roll a 1. Otherwise the model is slain. It cannot be CP rerolled. He's okay. Okay. The leader is okay. But the land fortress has gone. And he's going to place the model there, right in the front. Good news, glory. A shout erupts in amongst the battlefield. Now we have the missile launcher squad. We're going to fire crack rounds. And we are going to shoot the Bastion over there. Range 48. Let's see if we can crack open that bunker. Crack shots are hitting on 4s. 1 auto wound. And then 2 wound is a 4+ because it's toughness 8. No. So 1 auto wound, AP minus 2 on the Bastion. So you've got 5+ save. And that is a 4 he rolled. And that's d6 damage. Bastion has 20 wounds. So it's down to 17 wounds remaining. The Scout Sentinels, multi-lasers are going to shoot into there, combine their firepower. Needing 4s. That's 2 auto wounds and 4 other hits. Strength 6, toughness 5, so 3 to wound. Just 3 wounds in total. AP minus 1, AP minus 1 is negated, so you get a 4+ save. 2 wounds have been taken, only 1 wound remains on the biker. So that is the end of the shooting phase. There's no charges to declare, and that is it. So we're going to calculate victory points next. So we scored 1 victory point for the Astra Militarism, and that was for bringing down... Which unit was that? Oh, that was of course the vehicle that was destroyed. Yeah. So that was which secondary objective was that?
That's by a lasgun.
By a lasgun. Yeah. So we've scored a victory point. Good news for Astra Militarism. So because there was a unit that was destroyed that was near an objective. So we do get that victory point there. So it's only 1 victory point, but still early days in the battle. So it's 2 points to 1 for the Leagues of Votann. They are winning as we conclude the first battle round. It is battle round 2 coming up, turn 2 for the Leagues of Votann. It is the end of the turn, and actually the Liam Russ Demolisher has got an additional judgment token. It's been judged by the Leagues of Votann. Command phase, we are back up to 5 command points, whereas the Leagues of Votann are you on 3 command points?
I will be.
You're on 3 command points there for the Leagues of Votann. Beginning of the battle round, the Leagues of Votann have secured 3 objectives. The Astra Militarism has secured 3. They do have 2 or more objective markers, so they will score 8 victory points. Each objective marker token is worth 4 points. +2 for the previous battle round. So the Leagues of Votann, the score now is 10-1 to the Leagues of Votann as they continue on in the command phase. Right, Phil, tell us what you've done in the command phase.
Carl has told these guys yet again to re-roll the hits.
Yep.
And he's looked, so it's a new phase, so this tank's now got another judgment token.
Mm-hmm.
It got one last turn for being, at the end of your turn, being near a unit, near a controlling objective.
Yep.
Now it's got another one.
Yep.
And that one now has got 3 tokens because it killed the land fortress, and now it's been looked at by the High Carl. It's been judged.
A high visual count over there. So he has an excellent vision of the battlefield, which is a good tactic there from the Supreme Commander of Phil's Leagues of Votann force. So as we go on to a new movement phase, turn 2 for the Leagues of Votann. End of the movement phase for the Leagues of Votann on turn 2. So it looks like there's a lot of movement going on here, as Phil explains. About to explain what's happening. So Phil, tell us what has happened.
This squad's just come through the door from here.
Mm-hmm.
To sit onto that objective and take some shooting.
Mm-hmm.
The Ironhead champions moved here, ready to charge.
Yep.
The Brokier Forge Master came around the corner, still keeping within 3 of the objective, but within 3, this Pioneer moved here so that it can be repaired by him, and it's up to full number of wounds.
Okay.
The Sagittars come around the corner, 12 inches to sit there so it can shoot.
Mm-hmm.
They've remained stationary. Over that side, they've opened the door, come through the door, and the Pioneers jumped over the wall to sit there and take some shots as well.
Yeah, because they have the fly keyword, so they can go over the top of terrain.
And then over here,
there you go.
the Hearthguard have come in deep strike here, 9 inches from them and 9 inches from him.
Okay. So that there is the movement phase completed. No psychic phase. Straight onto the shooting phase. On turn 2, battle round 2 for the Leagues of Votann. Thunderkin, a new name, is going to shoot at the Lean Rust Demolisher. Spent a command point for smoke launchers, bringing my command pool tally down to 4. So it's -1 to hit. However, 5s and 6s are auto wounding.
And they hit on 4s.
Hit on 4s.
Re-rolling.
Re-rolling.
That's pretty good.
That's 2 auto wounds. And you're more than such and such an inch away.
I'm more than 15 inches away, so that gives me 3 more hits.
Yep.
So this is to wound.
This is to wound.
It is strength 7.
Toughness 8. 5s to wound. Oh! Phil! Stop it!
Pretty good. Okay, so that is
Votann.
AP minus 2.
In -2. I will call upon Chris Comiskey, a Bronze Star member of the Army Group. So, this is his moment of glory. I need. What's the AP minus?
2.
AP minus 2. So we do have a 4+ armor save. Come on, Chris. He's an Eldar and Orc player. And his Orc and Eldar influence has not helped the tank. And that's how many damage?
It's 3 damage a time.
3 damage a time. That'll be down to 3 wounds remaining. I'm gonna have to leave it. So it's only got 3 wounds remaining on that Lean Rust. Ken Pioneer is going to shoot at the Lean Rust Demolisher. Okay. So hitting on 4s.
This is the auto cannon first, 3 shots.
The 5s will be auto wounding. An auto wound and a hit. And strength of the auto cannon
7.
7. Toughness 8. 5s to wound. No. AP minus?
-1. Yeah.
3 up armour. Saved on the roll of 6. Anything else?
Yeah, the rotary
What would the
cannon.
damage have been? Is it 2 damage?
2.
Yeah, okay.
This is the rotary cannon, 9 shots. Hitting on again, hitting on 4s.
5s are auto wounding. Because of judgment. Yep. A -1 because of smoke.
And they're auto wounds. And these are 5s.
5s to wound. No, it adds up to 5 with 2 dice, but not. So 5.
AP -2.
AP -2. Oh, I'm going to have to call upon a patron here. I'm going to have to call upon CJ Velasco, another Bronze Star member of the Army Group. So how many saves do I have?
5.
5 at AP -2. Yeah. Come on, come on, CJ. A valiant attempt, but that's 6 damage.
Yeah.
And that tank has gone. Does it explode? Please don't. 5. Good, because we're going to do Vengeful Salute next. Alright, okay. Vengeful Salute for that Lehman Russ there. And it's going to target its weapons. And is going to shoot the Demolisher Cannon into there. The Las Cannon is going to shoot into the vehicle as well. And the plasma cannons are going to shoot into your infantry models. So it's only the turret weapon that can fire. I'm going to be hitting on a 5+. So maximum firepower with the turret weapon. I call upon Maxfield Knuckles for this moment of glory. He's going to help me get that D6 shots. And actually, the pound them to dust order, does that take effect to the whole turn or the whole battle round? Till the end of your next shooting phase, it says on the card. So we will use Maxfield Knuckles' influence. He is the commander of the 501st, a Silver Star member of the Army Group. Commander of the 501st, Knuckleheads. This is for you, Maxfield Knuckles. So we'll be hitting on 5s, and 6s will be auto wounding. Do I spend a... No, I'm just going to do a flat roll. Okay, 1 hit. And... do I spend a stratagem to re-roll one of the dice? No, I'm not going to do that. So strength is 10, so 3 to wound. 4 is a wound, that's AP -3.
Strength 6, those things. 4 is still a wound, is it?
Strength 10?
Sagittarius strength 6. That vehicle?
Yeah, strength 10. So it's still 3 to wound.
Yeah.
Yeah, so AP -3.
It's got a 5-up save.
5-up save. No, that's 3 plus D3 damage. How many wounds they got each?
It's got 9, but I might be able to block it. It's once per battle round, so we're in a new battle round, aren't we?
Yeah.
I'm going to block it. I'm not going to.
It's going to block the damage. Okay, so the damage would have been 5. So it's actually a good job we didn't spend any more CPs. So that would have been the full 6 damage on that. So, but the vehicle has been removed. Who was this honourable warrior? It was Marcus Fraze. Marcus Fraze, a faithful comrade. The first Patreon, I called him, and he's still supporting me on the channel. Thank you, comrade, for your support. So it's going to fire into the infantry squad. Maximum firepower, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's going to use the blast version of the
fragmentation round.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's D6 because there's 10 in there, isn't
Yeah,
there?
there's 10 there, so it's going to be at least 3 with a D6. So here we go.
So I roll that first.
Yep, so 4 shots.
4 shots, hitting on 3s.
Are you on freeze?
Yeah, hitting on 3s.
Yeah. No judgment tokens have been on them.
These are strength 5, AP -1.
Okay, freeze to wound.
2 wounds. These are AP -1, 1 damage each.
6 is to save. We saved none.
I'll launch the Sagittarius missile launcher. Heavy 2. Both hit. This is strength 10.
Yep. 2's to wound, yeah. AP
-3.
That's going to kill 2 of them outright.
3 damage a time.
3 damage a time, so 2 more are dead.
Then I've got a twin bolt cannon, 6 shots, Hunter 6, hitting on 3s.
Oh,
3 hits.
3 hits.
This strength 6.
2's to wound. Oh, but one.
And it's AP -2.
Kills 2.
And it's 2 wounds a time.
Oh no, who are we going to pick off here? Oh no. Oh, I'm going to have to take off Jesse Patton. I'm sorry, Jesse. He's gone. Only got 4 models remaining here for this infantry squad.
The E champion, the Unhair champion. He's got a big all-talk pattern combi bolter on his arm. It's range 28, and it's 4 shots. And he hits on 2s, this chap. He's going to shoot range 28 into that squad there.
Okay, just to finish them off. Okay.
Hitting on 2s.
Yeah. He's missed with 1.
It is a strength 4.
3's to wound. Only 1 wound.
And it's AP -1.
Okay, so we've got 6+ armor save. And armor does not
1
hold.
damage.
1 damage. We're going to have to take off another comrade. Oh no. He's just joined. Oh, Matthew Rick.
Oh, sorry.
Matthew Rick. He's gone.
Is he wrecked? He's not wrecked.
He's not Rick, but
Sorry.
for the next.
Sorry.
Oh,
I had to say.
you had to say it, but welcome, comrade. But life in the Imperial Guard is very, very short when it comes to life expectancy. But you will be back, all being well, in the next battle report for the Astra Militarum. Okay, it looks like the squat infantry squad is going to be shooting. So whose weapons are going to shoot at and which targets?
So the Thane, with his, he's got a bolt pistol.
Bolt pistol.
He's going to shoot the sentinel, and 1, 2, 3, 4 guys are going to shoot the sentinel.
Okay.
So we do that first.
And then all the other heavy weapons?
Going to go over there into that Lehman Russ that's got 3 judgment tokens on it.
Okay. So hitting on 3s.
Hitting on 3s to the sentinels.
Okay.
Iron blaster. Yeah. Hit on 3.
Wow, so 3 hits. Strength of
5.
Toughness is 6 now on an armoured sentinel. No wounds.
Pistol.
Pistol hits. Strength for the weapon.
4.
No wound. Bounces off. And then next up is the heavy weapons.
Yes.
So which order are you going to do them in?
We'll do the L7 missile launcher. Is going to be 1 shot.
Yep.
Focused. That's 1.
Okay.
We'll do that first. Hitting on 3s. It's range 30, so that's in range.
And have you spent a CP to re-roll?
Not yet, no.
Not yet.
Let's have a re-roll.
Okay, he's going to spend the command point to re-roll.
So 1 of 3. Yes.
6. That's
auto wound.
auto wound against the vehicle. AP minus?
2.
AP minus 2. 4 up. Yes! We've got the armour. Armour holds for that tank.
And this is the the rail rifle.
Rail rifle. That's
Hits.
a hit, regular hit.
Strength 9.
Toughness 8, 3's to wound. That is a failure.
Sorry, Sydney.
Sorry about the coffees. Anything else? He's missed with the rail
There's
rifle.
2 iron
It's just these new weapons.
iron
It's different, isn't it?
blasters. Yeah, 2.
Okay. Hitting on 3s. 5 is an auto wound. And that's just 1 wound. 80 minus for this one.
2.
I'm going to do an armoured save of a 4+. No damage.
2.
Damage 2, so it's down to 11 wounds remaining. Targeting the Cadian shock trooper squad, just where my finger is over there. Spending a CP, I'm bringing down my CP down to 2. I'm going to do Cadia stands for that shock trooper squad because they do have the Cadian keyword. So you'll be hitting normally, but 1s, 2s and 3s wounds are ignored.
These are hitting on 3s.
Oh, 3 has missed. And 4s to wound. 1 is failed, it just kills 1 guardsman. But Cadia's stand stratagem has paid off a little bit. Half-kin warriors, all of them can see because the guy on the top is, hey man, wave! Wave everybody! Here! See the target? Come and get me! So they can actually shoot at the vehicle, even behind the wall. Typical guardsman. Shoot him! First leader of the squad.
Iron pistol.
Iron pistol. 5 is an auto wound.
It's
AP minus
2.
AP minus 2.
Damage 2.
And damage 2.
It's an iron pistol.
Okay. Scott Castello. Come on, Scott. 4+. Yes! Thank you, Scott. Okay.
These are the iron bolters, iron blasters.
Yep. Iron blasters. 4s will be auto wounding.
And hits on 3s.
It hits on 3s.
And it's strength 5.
Strength 5. Wounded. What's the AP minus?
2 again.
AP minus 2 again. And damage?
2.
Damage 2.
Yeah,
Potential of
iron blast.
12 damage. Come on, Henrik. Need your help. So 6 saves. Henrik Pearson, another Bronze Star member, and Scott Castello was a Bronze Star member as well. Thank you both for your faithful support at Elite membership. Here we go. Force to save. Okay, average. So 6 damage. So I'm down to 5 wounds remaining. Launcher.
He's going to shoot the D6 damage. He's going to shoot the D6 shot.
Okay.
To try and pick up more auto wounds.
1 hit.
Come on.
1 roll.
I'm going to re-roll that.
He's going to re-roll that for a
It's the
CP.
number of shots.
I just rolled a 1 again.
Okay, right.
Down to 1 CP.
Hit on 3s.
That's also wound. AP minus.
It's an auto wound. It's AP minus blast 1.
For free up save.
Yes.
Run out of patrons. No more of those to help me out. And a 1!
It's only 1 damage. Because I chose the blast
Did
version.
I?
Otherwise it would have been D6 if I kept it.
Did I do a re-roll?
Would have been 4.
Oh, I have to take the wound. Okay, down to 4 wounds
Right, then
for
final shot.
this tank.
Let's try and get this to hit.
Here we go.
Magna Rail rifle.
Ah, he's got the auto wound. AP minus.
4.
6 up save. I don't care. I'm using my dice. Triggery dice. We need this symbol. Are you ready? I'm going to get a 6. I feel confident. For the Emperor. 5! Not quite. Damage.
D3 plus 3.
It's going to kill it. It's going to kill the vehicle. I can't do Vengeful Salute. Does it explode on a roll of a 6? It does! Oh no! The vehicle detonates. Ouch! Takes D3 wounds, so it's down to 17 wounds for the Bastion. The occupants inside are okay. Next is the shock troopers. Okay, oh, yes, okay, just 1 shock trooper dies. We'll take off an anonymous guardsman. The armoured sentinel has only taken 1, so that's down to 6. And the command tank has only taken 1, so it's down to 12 runes remaining. Another infantry squad. 2 mortal wounds, but 5s ignore because of show them steel, show them contempt from the order from the commissar. No, so 2 guardsmen have been killed. Daniel Baker, sadly, has been removed as a casualty. Thank you, comrade, for your support on the channel as a Elite member.
It will also damage the guys in front.
Yes, so the Iron Beamer from the
The Pioneers.
The Pioneers are going to shoot into the Sentinels.
Yeah.
And then the rest of the remaining firepower is going to shoot into
the squad in front.
Squad in front. Okay. So here we go.
This is Iron Beamer. Hit on 3s.
Hit on 3s. Oh, 2 hits. Double 6 boxcars again. Strength of the weapon
7.
Toughness 7. 4's to wound. 1 wound. AP minus?
2.
What's the damage?
2 damage.
2 damage, okay. So we've got 3 up armour, so it becomes a 5+ save, and no, does not work. And damage is 2.
Yeah.
So we're down to 4 wounds remaining on that sentinel.
So I'm going to roll damage on the squad in front. This is a beam weapon.
Oh, it's a beam weapon, yep, very good.
So this is what's that? This is these strength 7 against those troops.
Toughness is 3, so 2s. And AP minus?
2.
And that will kill 2 of them. So it's a beam weapon. Nature of the weapon just bypasses through. Very nasty.
2 revolver shots, pistol shots into the guardsman.
Guardsman. 2 hits.
This is strength 5.
So 3s.
AP minus 1, damage 1.
Okay, 6 up saves. We save none, so 2 more guardsmen have gone. So it becomes 3 for the morale. We did morale last turn, everyone passed, by the way, just to clarify that.
2 shotgun shots, 2 shotguns is 4 shots.
Yeah.
Overall hit.
4 hits, good shooting.
These are assault 2, strength 5, AP minus 1.
That is 3 wounds.
1 damage, yeah.
1 damage, AP minus.
AP minus 1.
So 6 is to save. We save 1, but another 2 have been killed. Another 2 guardsmen, keeping cohesion here. So another 2 have gone.
And finally the Magna Coil autocannons, 3 shots each on each one of the vehicles.
Yep. Okay. 5.
These are strength 7.
On against the infantry.
Yeah.
2s to wounds. And AP minus
1.
1.
2 damage a time.
2 damage a time. So 4 saves. Save none, so 4 casualties. Oh,
That's 5, yeah.
okay.
No, it's 5. It's 5 hits.
Oh, was it 5 hits?
2. It's 2 to wound, wasn't it?
2's to wound,
yeah.
yeah.
It's 5 hits.
I've got to do another roll save. And no, they've all been destroyed. So you've actually killed that unit. Sadly, we have to shout out the patrons that have fallen. Mr. Exhaust, he didn't even fire. And Jonathan Reyes, who has just rejoined. And Anthony Leach, he never even got to fire his melter gun as well. 40k is such a cruel game. And it is a cruel universe. But the squad has been wiped out, sadly. But thank you, comrades, for your support. The end of the shooting phase. That morale token's gone. They've wiped out. Charges.
These are going to charge them 9 inches.
Yep.
This squad's going to charge them. The E-champion's going to charge them.
Okay. So not going to spend any CP to Overwatch, even though I've got a flamer. Sort of waste of CP in my opinion.
So I'm going to attempt that.
Yep, here we go. And they
10.
rolled a 10. So they are definitely in. They're going to get murdered in close combat. And your hero, I presume he's going to charge the Scout Sentinels.
Just have to knock over that lamppost.
Yeah, that's fine.
All the
Let's
way
just
in.
move them into position. And here we go.
It's a 3-inch charge.
3-inch charge. And that is a 7-inch charge. If the camera caught that.
Yep.
He is definitely in close contact with the enemy here. Here we go.
This is called a mass driver accelerator. So once he's charged something, I select the unit with the engagement range and roll a d6. If it's a 6 or it equals or beats the highest toughness in that unit, the enemy gets d3 mortal wounds. So that doesn't.
Okay. Begging your pardon, he's just rolled an 8, a 7,
For these.
and they are going to charge in there as well. So you're going to do the
Half guard.
Terminators, yeah?
Yeah, the half guard.
The Hive Guard. I have to call them by their proper names. We're using Imperial language, you see. So we've never encountered these before. We're just learning about this new Xenos race. Just put them out of their misery. They're this is the concussion gauntlets. Oh, they missed her quite a few times. They're going to be killing on 2s though. So
Yeah, it's strength 8.
yeah, 2s to kill. And all of them are
minus
done it.
2 and 2 damage a time.
And how many models do we have left? Yes, only 3 left. So sadly, we take away Anonymous Guardsman. We lose George Wettle's gone and Sergeant Peter Nastro. And they can consolidate 3 inches.
Towards the nearest?
Towards the nearest enemy unit, which is over there. Yeah. If you want to. And what's he going to do? He's going to go towards the nearest enemy unit over here.
Shuffle.
Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Okay. They're going to move into that position.
Yeah, so move to there, ready.
Okay, your commander, or your champion.
The champion, yeah.
Yeah, how many attacks does he
He
get?
gets 4.
4 attacks.
Yeah, with the Exactor Relic.
Okay.
Hitting on 2s.
Hitting on 2s. They've all hit.
Sixes are bad. 6s are very bad.
It's D3 mortal wounds, isn't it?
6s are bad.
Yeah.
Okay. Each time attack is made with a hit with this weapon on an unmodified roll of 6, the target suffers D3 plus 3 mortal wounds. So these are D3 plus 3 mortal wounds. They come at the end. So
Yeah.
these 2 here.
Mortal wounds carry over as well.
Yeah. These are strength times 2. Strength 10.
Yeah. So do the mortal wounds come first?
They come at the end.
They come at the end. Okay.
Strength 10. So,
Toughness 7.
So 1.
1. Sorry, toughness 6.
Oh.
So
The strength 10. So yeah, 3. Not 2,
3.
is it?
Yeah,
It
it's
would
not
need
2.
to be 12, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
So that's wounded.
So damage is...
That's AP minus 3. D3 plus 3 damage.
I'll bypass the armour because it's only got 4 plus save. So you kill a sentinel. Does that sentinel explode? It does. So you take a mortal wound. I take a mortal wound as well.
Ow.
Good. Serves you right for hitting me so hard. do you ignore it on the 5 plus? Or just ignore the first damage?
Hang on a second.
Oh, come on. Do you ignore the first damage?
No, he doesn't. No.
Oh,
He's
good.
got a minus 1 attack wound roll.
Okay. Yeah.
And damage. Oh, damage. Each time attack is allocated, minus 1 damage roll.
That's only, it's not against mortal
Yeah,
wounds.
So
Yeah.
it's 1 mortal wound. So he's got 4 wounds, right? And then so these 2, these are
You're gonna kill
D3
it.
plus 3 mortal wounds.
Does that explode? Yeah.
It's 3, 6,
9,
10 mortal wounds.
Does that explode? Get another 6, come on. No. So the... Actually, you take a mortal wound there.
Oh yeah, these guys.
It's 3-inch range explosion.
Oh, he can.
So...
He can stop that. The medic.
Okay, just double checking here.
So,
So one of them has been killed by an explosion.
He's got a spade.
He's got a spade.
It's like a
But these 2 sentinels are dead.
Ah.
But you do take a mortal wound
Yes,
on
I've
your
done that,
character.
yeah.
He has been hit by shrapnel. So he's down to, how many wounds does he have? 5, is it?
He had 5. Yeah.
Okay, so 4 wounds remain. And that is the end of the close combat phase. Brutal stuff from the Leagues of Votann. As we go on to calculating the end phase and victory points. Calculated victory points. We're just going to do morale, actually. Their leadership 7, they will pass. You can take that 1 casualty off over there. They will pass because they'll get... Oh no, that's the old rules. We're going to check that now. That roll 6, they're okay. Actually, the commissars with them, so they'll be leadership is pretty good. And leadership over here, 4, 6, they're good. And that's it for morale. Morale is holds.
I lost 1 guy here
Lost
with
one
the
there.
mortal wound.
Order 1's an auto pass.
That's all I lost because it wasn't my.
Yeah, and that's it. Okay, morale's completed. We've calculated victory points at the end of this turn for the Leagues of Votann. They scored 9 victory points this turn. They've scored 4 for killing 2 vehicles. They scored 6 for killing 4 vehicles because the Scout Sentinel counts as a vehicle, but it's only a small vehicle, so 1 point each for them. The Lean Russes count as 2 victory points each, so that's 4.
6, a total of 6. Yeah.
Total of 6,
Yep.
and then for other victory points, you have
Behind enemy lines.
behind enemy lines for them for another 3 victory points. Now, you destroyed a unit also that was securing an objective. But I think that only applies to my ones, doesn't it?
Yeah, I haven't got that.
Okay, he hasn't
got
got that.
Assassinate.
He's got Assassinate, and that's it. So that is the end of the turn for the Leagues of Votann. Very brutal stuff. Their judgment has been final. So don't judge the Leagues of Votann, otherwise they will judge you severely with learning these lessons here. So we're learning the traits here. The Leagues of Votann are very tough, very, very tough little Xenos midgets. And we're going to call them nicknames and everything like that. So it is a learning curve for me, especially, because I've never fought against them before. So we're going to go on to a new turn now for the Astra Militarum. It is turn 2, battle round 2, for the forces of the 18th Cadian Army Group. We regain. We do get that victory point. We do secure 10 victory points. 8 victory points, because we've secured this one and this one. We have measured off camera and it is 3 inches. So that is correct. Yes, just at the beginning of the battle round. 8 victory points have been added to the Astra Militarum. And we're going to go straight on to the command phase now on turn 2. The thing as well is they have the platoon keyword, and they are within 6, so they will have take aim as well, which is very, very useful indeed. So they'll be hitting on 3s. We rolled off camera, and I did not roll a 3+. I rolled a 1 for the blessing there for the regimental priest. The relic of lost Cadia has been activated. End of the movement phase for the Astra Militarum on turn 2. So these have moved forward into ready to give a volley fire. And that's the infantry squad here. The Cassokins at the end of the movement phase. They have turned up on the flank to hope and see if these guys here will eradicate this foe here. So they have perfect line of sight into those Leagues of Votann models over there. The Leon Russ Punisher, the tank commander, has actually moved forward to secure this objective here. The heavy bolters have stood still in the bastion. The armoured sentinels have moved forward into position slightly over to there, and then over here have gathered as much anti-tank capability as possible, so all the melter guns are in range against the Leagues of Votann, equivalent of the new Terminators. Then the missile launchers will give some supporting fire down there as well. The infantry squad has basically done an L shape to go around there. I was thinking they were going to come through the gap, but I didn't. They went through over to there. So they are slightly outwitted here over there. We have the Hellhound that has just turned up and has come up 12 inches. The Inferno gun is in range 18 of them, so start cooking those Votann infantry units. And then we have a heavy flamer in there as well that's in range. So that there is the end of the movement phase. We're going to go straight on to the shooting phase. There's no psychic phase on turn 2. Armoured Sentinels are going to supercharge, and they're going to shoot at that vehicle over there. So here we go. Here we go. The Relic of Lost Cadia has been activated as well. D3 shots. 1 shot only. Next one's D3. 3 shots. So that's a 5. And D3 for the other one. Okay, just the 1. So, one at a time, you have to supercharge. So hitting on a 3+ because of the order, take aim. And that is a 3. We'll do that in a second. So 3 is a hit. Next is 3 shots. All hit because of take aim. And the last one. 3 is a hit as well. That take aim order has paid off really well. Strength is 8. So 3's to wound. And that is 3 wounds at AP minus 4. Because of +1 AP minus. Against your vehicle.
So it's 5 up in bun.
5 up in bun.
Saved. Saved.
is it lately that at the pivotal moment, oh, I can't believe that. Oh, curse the Votann. Scum! I hate them all!
I felt like Luke then.
Ah! Oh, it's all part of the game, isn't it? What can you do against such reckless dice? Oh, never mind. Okay, the Sentinels have 100% failed in their mission to bring down the vehicle. Unbelievable. Anyway, we must press forward and see what other damage we could potentially do. Ripper guns from the Ogryns hitting on 4s. They don't have the regimental keyword because they are auxiliary troops. So 5 have hit. Strength is 5. Toughness 5. So 4s. That's 2 wounds, and that is AP minus 2, and each does 2 damage.
So 5 up involved.
Okay, 2 damage, and on one of those models there. So I'll pass that over.
I just realised that the guy with the bike, he's actually got 4 wounds. The one with the guy on the back, yeah.
Okay.
It tells you I just read it in here.
I've got an extra wound.
Yeah.
I see. Yeah, because he's got an extra wound because there's an extra character. Yeah, that makes sense. I have to bear that in mind next time. So just a tactical error there.
We haven't affected the game because in this guy's,
it would have been 2
used
damage.
The 4 here, so we never.
Okay. Next up is the heavy bolters. They're going to fire into the same target. So the las guns rapid firing over here, and that is sadly no auto wounding. But we do get 2 6s. There's 2 regular armour saves.
4 plus.
4 plus takes 2 wounds, and that's one of those dead. Okay, remove that lovely pretty model there. Next up is the heavy bolters to finish off the bikes. Here we go. Hitting on 4s. 6s are auto wounding. There's 1 auto wound and 4s to wound. That's 3 saves of AP minus 1 plus 1. So you do get 3 4-up saves, and they are gone because it's 2 damage a time. So the bikes have gone. That makes clear now for the Casokin squad to ambush and try and do as much damage as they can against the infantry squad. That was the heavy weapons squad on the top. Oh, a judgment token upon the Bastion. They'll be okay from the judgment, but the Bastion won't be. Hot shot las guns, next maximum firepower. 7 hot shot las guns. Welcome to the Army Group Casokins in 9th edition. So hitting on 3s because these are veterans. They're the toughest of the tough. So 4 have hit their mark. Strength 3. That's really good actually. That's 3 saves of AP minus 2 because these are hot shot las guns. These are hell guns.
These would be AP 5 up involved.
5 up involved, yeah. Passes 1, but 2 of them have been brought down.
So the first failed wound is negated by the medic.
Negated by the medic. So just 1 has been taken. And you have to be careful over here because he's out of coherency.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just lose any.
Yeah, just lose one of the
one of the plain ones.
One of the plain ones. Okay, he's going to take off that one.
Not the medic, no.
Yeah. Okay. And then that's good shooting there. That's from the Casokin squad. Next up, we've got the Lean Rust Punisher, tank command. Okay, we have the Lean Rust Punisher. We are going to be trigger happy here. 20 shots. 20 shots. And we're going to spend a CP. We'll spend a CP. So that was the plan I had earlier on, but it didn't work. I'm going to save that for later. Spending a CP, so I'm down to 2 command points. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to fire 20 dice. Just double checking here, they've got 20 dice. We have the Born Soldiers regimental trait, so instead of 6s to auto wound, that'd be auto wounding on a 5. So here we go. So it's ingrained precision, I think the stratagem is called. So 3s to hit turret weapon, 5s to auto wound. So these are auto wounds. Nice, that's the auto wounds, and these are the turret weapon. Strength 6, toughness 4, 3s to wound. Here we go, 14 saves. Oh, that is a lot of casualties. That is 7 dead. 7 have been shot up.
No, that's the Thane has got 2 wounds, so it'd be Thane and 6.
Okay.
The sergeant and 5 others.
Okay, take the sergeant off. Okay.
Well, he's useless. I mean, it gives me leadership 8, but I'd rather not bother.
Okay, so 6 casualties. That's pretty good shooting, actually.
2, 3.
You show judgment upon us, we will show judgment upon you.
Was it?
It's 7 wounds in total, so yeah, they are gone. Okay, now we're going to do long range volley fire to see if we're in range with this infantry squad. 6 las guns, long range, 2 auto wounds and a hit, just 2 auto wounds for Born Soldiers, no AP, so 2 saves of 4+. Another one goes. So
That one, yeah.
that one there, okay, to hold the objective. Funny enough, the one that was out of coherency is the one that's still alive. So just one model remains.
He's going to fail then.
Unless you roll a 1,
Yeah,
or you spend 2 command points,
No,
he's not going to come over to this side, and all of these units are going to shoot into this new dwarf heavily armoured Xenos things. So the shooting over here, we're going to do las gun fire over to there, and then melter guns are going to be shooting over there as well. So we're going to do the melter guns first. This is from this Cadian shock trooper squad, and 1 has hit the target and 2 has failed to wound over there, and then over here we're going to check which ones are in rapid fire. So 11 dice, las guns hitting on 4s. 6s are really good because they generate extra hits. So these are auto wounds. That's just a regular hit. That's another auto wound and a hit. Pays off there. No other bonuses. And these are 5s to wound. And another 2. So these are 5 saves of 2+ on your dwarves. Okay, you take a wound on one of them. Do you ignore the first damage that comes through?
No, not
then.
Kind of thing.
Okay, there's no medic there. So 1 there. Next up is their toughness 5.
Yes.
Okay. Boy, oh boy. What are we going to do? Okay, we'll hold the Hellhound. I'm going to go over to here and see what damage there is. Sergeant's going to throw a frag grenade, and that's 5 shots for there. That's not a las gun, so that's just 2 auto wounds only. I reroll 1s because of the regimental banner. And the relic has been activated. I think it's +1 to hit. Okay, these are actually hits. And The other thing as well is those are auto wounds. It's actually force to wound. It's +1 to wound. So the relic, and that's a wound. So that's take aim as well. So that there is actually, this is the melters, wasn't it? Yes, the melters. So actually, those are auto wound. I actually get to roll again because they're shock troopers. So an auto wound there. So okay, so there's 4 saves of AP -1. So we saved there. That's with the las guns. It's passed. Next up is the melters. So 3s to hit because it's +1 to hit. So this is going to be Winston Adkins. We'll do him. 6 is an auto wound at AP -5. And next one is Patrick Darling. He's got an auto wound as well at AP -5. So you do have your 2 4-up invuln saves. Oh, he's passed them as well. Oh, they're so tough. What do we have to do? Okay, next up is the command squad. That's a great shame, actually. Oh, we've got to do the las guns, haven't we? Of course we have. So, oh, take that back. That was from the grenade I threw. It's not a las gun. So it doesn't matter anyway because it passed.
Yep.
Actually, that's the wound there. You've taken that off. You didn't get that wound. Next up is the las guns now. 12 shots. Hitting on 3s. 6s are really good because they generate extra hits. 4 auto wounds. And reroll 1s because of the regimental banner. Okay. 3s are hitting, remember, because the relic of lost Cadia. So this is good. +1 to wound as well. So 4s. Oh, your toughness is 5. Oh yes, it's forced to wound anyway. And that there in total, Phil, is 8 saves. 8 saves of AP -1.
3 ups then.
3 ups. Okay. They lose 1.
What's it? Damage 1 or
Just damage 1.
Yeah.
Yeah. Damage 1. Okay.
One of them was. Oh, you took it off.
Yeah, I haven't taken it off yet. No. Yeah, I took the wound off because
It wasn't.
It wasn't a wound, sadly, because that was from the grenade. Next up is the infantry squad in here. I have a D6 auto hit, 3 auto hits, and it's actually 3s to wound. So 3 saves of AP -1 to take aim. Okay, the save is very tough. Very, very tough indeed. And I'm going to check the line of sight here. It looks like we only just got 2 guardsmen at rapid fire. Hitting on 3s, 2 auto wounds, and a hit. And that's just 2 wounds at AP -1. Boxcars again. So tough. That's that done. The command party next. The commander's got a las pistol. He hits. He doesn't wound. Next up is the medic, rapid fire, and banner. Forced to hit, and reroll 1s. Oh, it's only 4 platoon keyword models. 1 auto wound and 2 hits. And that is 2 wounds because +1 to wound because of the relic. So these are AP -1, 3 saves. Takes a wound, takes another wound, so another one has been brought down. So whichever one you want to take off. Okay, Commissar can see, bolt pistol to the face. 4 is a hit, and 6 is a wound. No AP- though, because it's not regimental. It's saved. Next up is the missile launcher. Missile launchers down here. This is Chris Comiskey's heavy weapons squad. We'll do the las guns first to soften the target. 2 auto wounds. And nothing else. So it's just 2 saves of 2+. Oh, he's taken a wound. Good shooting. That was one of the guardsmen, 3rd class. Maybe there, or specialist guardsmen. Good shooting there. Next up is the missile launchers. Crack shot. Here we go. Hitting on 4s. 1 hit. Oh, rolled a 1. Ah, no. Nothing.
Are you used to CP?
Oh. No, I don't want to do it. No. Okay, we're going to have to fire the Hellhounds next. So, I'm going to concentrate every bit of firepower against the Leagues of Votann. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fire the heavy flamer first. So 6 auto hits. The crew that pilot the Hellhound are a bunch of sadists. They have no pity on life in the narrative. So strength is 5. Your toughness 5?
Yeah.
So you've got 3 wounds at AP -1. Okay, saved there. Next is 2d6 shots. 7. I'm going to keep it. What would I have rolled if I had spent the CP? I'm happy. Okay, I know that. So 7 auto hits. Wounding on 3s. Strength 6. All but 1. This is AP -2.
-1
because of your armour.
So 3 is that? How many is it? How many shots?
It's 6 wounds in total.
6.
Yep, so 3s. Okay, another one has been cooked, and I'm going to pass it on to the other one. So there, and that one's gone. Okay. And you've got 2 command points left. Right. I think we are done. So we're going to have to charge and fix bayonets. Charging. So the Cadian command squad are going to charge at your brutes. What are you going to do?
Well, I'm not going to overwatch.
Not going to overwatch, okay. So we're going to do a charge distance. So we're going to go 7 inches on the charge. Cadian command squad on the charge, 4 inches, they will make it. The end of the charge phase that we're going to do now is close combat. Okay, the Cadian commander will actually be hitting on 3s, would you believe still, because it's +1 to hit. So 3s to hit, and re-rolling nothing. That's it, just 3s to hit. Oh yes! Come on. Strength is ×2, which is strength 6, and I get +1 to wound because the relic is still activated. So 2s to wound. Okay, I'm going to spend
Can't re-roll.
I can't re-roll because of the Leagues of Votann. Okay, fair enough. So this is AP minus. I'm going to double check the AP here for the relic. 4 up invulnerable saves. 1 has been killed.
What's the damage?
2.
It's -1 damage because of exo armour.
Ah, but I think 1 has taken a wound already. So the commander has heroically killed that one there. Oh, okay. Right. Now the veterans, they have 2 attacks each. Another one is equipped with a chainsword, so they continue to pile in. These guys are hitting on 3s. The Relic of Lost Cadia. Not as potent as the last edition, but still quite nasty. Force to wound though, because a +1 to wound. That's 3 at no AP. Don't roll a double 1. Ah, he's alright. So, just a sergeant left. Are you going to spend 2 command points to interrupt? I do have a shock trooper squad on standby.
This one here.
Yeah.
They haven't fought yet.
They haven't fought yet. They will get +1 to hit as well. Just thinking here. You could weather the storm. I think you could quite easily.
He's got 3 attacks. The Hessier.
He's going to spend the 2 command points and he's going to interrupt. Who are you going to attack?
The ones that haven't attacked yet.
Right, okay. So the commander will be okay. And now it is the shock troopers. So here we go. Okay, he's got 2 hits.
These are strength times 2. Strength 10.
2's to wound. Both wounded. AP minus 2. He'll kill both guardsmen. And that's it.
3 damage a time.
3 damage a time. Okay. 10 attacks. Hitting on 3s. Okay. +1 to wound. 4's to wound. Okay, we've got 3 wounds at no AP. Okay, that's it. Okay, he survived. So that's the attacks done over there. So we've got to do a leadership test. So morale, we lost 2. And our morale is okay, it's good. We hold. So they're gone though. Your character, you'll go over there, just roll a 1. He actually holds.
He holds.
Holds the objective. Ah, that's typical, isn't it?
And they lost 4.
And they lost 4.
And they've got. He's got leadership 9.
Leadership 9. So
that's
they
7.
actually hold. That roll that you just saw is absolutely critical, and it could be a game changer there.
Yeah, it's worth 4.
Because that is worth 4 victory points simply for holding morale. What a brave squat he is.
I have to think of a name for him.
Squatty. Okay, that's just I can't believe that just happened. Take this model away. Get it away. Right. Okay, we'll calculate some victory points here at the end of the new battle round. Right, it's the end of the turn. We have scored. Actually, we forgot to mention that I did score 2 additional victory points because of boots on the ground. So we did add that to our tally. That was for the last turn, and we get that again as well, which is good news. So, boots on the ground, how many points have we got in total now?
You've got 4.
We've got 4.
2 VP for
killing things.
And
Yeah.
8 for the last battle round, so you're on 14.
14 points, and your score is
20.
20. So it is 20 points to 14 for the Leagues of Votann. They are winning. So we're going to go on to a new battle round now. It is battle round 3, turn 3 for the Leagues of Votann. The fight is really quite intense here. Battle round 3, turn 3 for the Leagues of Votann. We both get a CP. I'm back up to 3. And the Leagues of Votann are back up to 1 CP. Beginning of the command phase, the Leagues of Votann have now increased their points value up to 8 because they have secured 3 objectives and they have scored 2 objectives as well, but not more. So it's just 8 points on top of their tally, and that brings the score to, how many points is that, Phil?
28.
28 points to the Leagues of Votann. Brings the score to 28 points to the Leagues of Votann, to the Astra Militarism's 14 points. We've actually achieved more points actually for both sides. Leagues of Votann, they get 1 additional victory point for blowing up a Lean Rust Demolisher on battle round 2. And then also they then blew up on battle round 3 2 more Lean Rust Demolishers and a squadron of Scout Sentinels. So that brings the total to 4 for the Leagues of Votann. And for the Astra Militarum, they managed to destroy 3 units within Battle Round 2 and Battle Round 1.
It's a maximum of 3 per player round. You get 1 VP for each enemy unit destroyed.
Yeah.
Up to 3. It's another line in the recover the relics.
So that's 3 points, is it?
So you've got 3 and I've got
3.
4.
We've both agreed. So that's the actual score. So that brings the total to 17 points to
Versus
the Astra
32.
Militarum versus 32 points now to the Leagues of Votann. Right. As we were filming this battle report, another Patreon has just joined, as well as a YouTube member. Keep an eye out for the future for Paul David Gray. Has just joined the Army Group. Thank you, comrade, for your support, and we'll look forward to your character featuring in future battle reports. End of the command phase for the Leagues of Votann on turn 3, battle round 3. So Phil, can you explain what has happened? It looks as though you've done some blessings here with your warlord. So can you explain?
Yeah, the High Carly's given the reroll hits to the Thunderkin as before. I've just realised that the Brooklyn Ironmaster, the Forge Master, his abilities include because he's been upgraded to a Forge Master.
Yeah.
But he does have the abilities of the Ironmaster as well. I didn't realise that. So he has the ability to use his multispectral visor to give a unit within 9 +1 to hit. So the Sagittor now has +1 to hit.
Oh, right, okay.
The High Carla's used his Grim Efficiency tactic twice to give another
Judgment
token to this Chimera.
That's not a Chimera, that's a Hellhound.
A Hellhound, sorry. And 1 over to that final Lumen Rust.
That's the command vehicle.
That's right.
Okay. So that is the end of the command phase. We're going to go straight on to the movement phase on turn 3 for the Leagues of Votann. The movement phase on turn 3 for the Leagues of Votann. Going by memory, you've held position here to take cover.
Yeah.
So will get +1 to your cover save.
Brave man.
Brave
Standing there, bravely
man.
hiding.
You mean dwarf, squat,
man. He's
Xenos, stouty thing.
Yeah. He's looking for a
Midget.
he wish he'd got his spade with him because he'd dig a hole.
Yeah, that's very true. Next, we've moved your
The Iron Hair Champions.
The Iron Hair Champions
move
there.
forward 5.
Move forward 5. Next up, you've got
this squad of Hearthkin Warriors have moved forward 5.
Yep, the
Ready to
Berserkers
shoot.
are behind.
Now the Sagittor, the Berserkers disembarked from the Sagittor and went through the wall.
Yeah. And they shut the door behind them.
Shut the door behind them.
Yeah.
It's auto door, isn't it?
It's an auto door.
They're so mad that they would have left it open, but they didn't have much choice.
Yeah.
So they're in there,
They're just going to
holding that objective, getting ready to pounce.
Yep.
They've stayed where they are. He's stayed where they are. The remaining Pioneer desperately wants to go and shoot something, but he's been told by the boss to go and sit on that objective. So he's gone around the corner, just sitting there to hold the objective for this turn. And then the Brooklyn Forge Master embarked into the Sagittor otherwise he's just going to sit there and be in the open, not doing anything. So let's put him into the vehicle and see
if he survives.
Well, let's see what happens. I'm sure he won't survive, but the vehicle will blow up. He can get out, and he might get a shot. So
they have 8 wounds, don't they?
8 or
9. Okay.
Yeah.
Righty ho. So that there is the end of the movement phase. Going to go straight onto the shooting phase next. Okay, Phil, what's coming up next? The shooting phase.
The Hearthkin Warriors are going to shoot. They're going to shoot the heavy weapons into the tank, and the iron beamers, the iron pulse beams, whatever they are, into this squad.
Now I'm going to spend a CP for Cadia stands, meaning that 1s, 2s and 3s, the wounds are ignored. So what's shooting here?
The missile launcher using the focused
of the anti-tank variant.
Yeah.
Yep, okay.
One shot
hitting on 3s, yep. 5, that's an auto wound because it's under judgment. So I'm
AP -2.
AP -2. I'm going to do something honourable here. For Paul David Gray, he's just joined. He's not on the certificate Hall of Fame as of yet, because he's literally just joined. But thank you, comrade, for your support. But this is your debut dice as we're continuing on in this game. I need a 6+. No. So what is the damage?
It's D6 damage.
D6 damage. Okay, and the damage is 4. We'll check how many wounds the Hellhound has got. I think it's got 11 wounds. He'd have 11 wounds. It's down to 7 wounds remaining. It's the long Magnum rifle. Yeah.
Magnum rifle here.
Yeah. It's going to shoot into the Hellhound.
Yeah.
Need a 3+. Don't get a 5 or a 6. Oh, stop it! Stop, Phil!
Oh!
AP minus.
-5 because it's
I know,
within
half
range.
range.
It's half range. It's -4, so it's -5.
What's the damage?
It's D3 plus 3. Magna rail rifle.
Ridiculous. Just glides through armour. When they're under judgment. Only 2. Do you want to spend
No,
a
that's
command
right.
point?
D3 plus 3. So that's 4 wounds, isn't it?
4 wounds. So it's down to
3.
3 wounds remaining. The Hellhound is actually still alive. But I don't think it's going to last that long, unfortunately. Alright, 6 shots here. Hitting on 3s. Yeah. Hit
Those
with
are all 2
5.
wounds.
Oh no, that's against the Cadian shock troops. So
Oh, yes, you're right. It's true,
yeah,
yes.
so
that's fine.
they're not under judgment.
Another judgment. So, hit on 3. They're all hits.
They've all hit except for 1. Strength
And
for the weapon.
these are...
Oh, it's forced to wound regardless because of Cadia stands.
Right, okay, so strength 5. It's AP -2.
Yes, Cadia stands.
So it's 4s.
So forced to wound. Oh, perfect! Perfect!
Well,
Yes!
yeah, I mean, Cadia stands would help that one, but this is just rubbish.
Rubbish. Oh dear. Bounced off the flak armour. That's rare.
No, they didn't even hit it, did they? Oh, maybe they did, yeah. And then the iron pistol from the
Pistol.
The Thane.
Hits.
Hits.
And
this is
forced to
same
wound.
thing.
It does wound. AP
Strength
minus.
was, AP -3.
Yeah, we'll kill 1.
It's 2 damage.
2 damage, so take off one of those shock troopers.
This guy?
Not that guy. No, it's the Voxcaster. The Voxcaster. Take off. Actually, no. Can you take off the front one, please? Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So, anonymous guardsman, 2nd class, has been killed. Sagittars, anti-tank weapons are going to shoot into the Hellhound, and the small arms weaponry is going to shoot into the Cadian shock troops. Cadian shock troops hitting on 3s.
This has been blessed +1 to hit.
Oh, so
it's
2s.
by the guy inside. So hit on
Okay.
2s. This is 6
Does he
shots.
still give blessings inside?
He blessed it before he got inside. He blessed it in the command phase. So it lasts for the turn.
Oh, I see. Yeah, okay, yeah,
Yep.
fine. He missed with 2. They're not under judgment.
This is within half range. It's AP -3.
Yep, so forced to wound because Cadia stands. And 3 of them have been cut down.
2 damage each.
2 damage each as well. Tough decision. Who have we got here? Donald Hammer. Do I sacrifice Donald Hammer to stop this unit from dying? Because I don't want to get charged. Oh, I'm sorry, Donald. Your sacrifice for Cadia will be noted. I'll have to take these 4 off. It's to stop this charge range here. I'm sorry, Donald, but you have been removed as a casualty. 2 missiles into the Hellhound. First one's the Sagittar
missile launcher.
Yep, Sagittar missile launcher.
Heavy 2. Hitting on 2s.
Hitting on 2s. Not
Not
quite
one,
judged yet. Strength is...
It is strength 10.
So it's 3s to wound. Bounces off one of the...
I'm going to re-roll that.
Going to spend a CP to re-roll. No.
Okay, so it's AP -4.
And that will go through.
3 damage.
3 damage. And you would have blown it up anyway.
I know. No, it's on... What's the
It's
left?
only on 3 wounds.
Oh, I would have blown it up anyway. Okay, yeah. I didn't need to re-roll.
You can take the command point back if you
I
want to.
was trying to make sure I killed it. I
Oh,
I
okay.
thought it had...
That was overkill.
Yeah, I thought it had 4
take it. No,
points
that's all right.
left.
No,
Thank you.
can do
Thank
that.
you,
No,
James.
no,
Very
no,
good
no
of
problem.
you.
I am very good.
Very good of you.
I'm very honest.
Okay.
If it was tournament play, no mercy. But in this channel, it's narrative play primarily. But do I explode? Now, Hellhounds explode on a 5+.
Ooh, because they've got...
Because it's got fuel tanks. And I cannot command re-roll this. So here we go. It does not explode. And this was piloted. Your judgment token will come back. And this is piloted by Henrik Pearson, also known as the Little Tank.
Oh, thank
So
you, Henrik.
there you go, Henrik. Unfortunately being removed, but you have burnt some Xenos nonetheless. Thank you, comrade, for your support. Any other targets, Phil?
The E-Champ, the Iron Hair Champion, is going to shoot up there. It's got
Oh,
range
against
28. It's got
the heavy weapon squad.
a weapon on
Yep.
this. 4 shots,
4
hitting
shots.
on 2s.
Hitting on 2s. 4 have hit their mark.
It is strength 4.
Toughness 3, so 3's to wound.
It's AP -1.
And we get +1 because we are on cover actually. On the top,
Okay.
so we will retain our 5+ armour save. And crucially,
Just 1 damage a time.
Just 1 damage a time, and that will take off a base. Sadly, so that's Chris Comiskey's missile launcher squad has been hit. Very cheesy is happening here. Tell us, Phil.
Well, the Thunderkin is shooting a beam weapon,
Yep.
which goes through. You hit. You basically shoot at the furthest target you can hit,
Yes.
and if you hit that, it hits the targets through it as well. So it'll hit the. If I shoot at the command tank,
Yeah.
it'll clip through the Sentinels, so they'll take a damage as
So
well.
what I'm going to do is I'm going to spend a CP. So I'm down to my last command point, and I'm going to spend smoke on the tank commander, but the Sentinels will take the hit through the beam. So how does beam work exactly? I know it goes through for a line, but does the damage the same or?
Yeah, it's the same weapon. Once you've hit wherever you hit on the, so you 1 hit on the tank, then you roll a damage on the tank, and then you roll your wound roll on the one it went through as well. If it goes through a friendly unit, say I shot here, these, that would go through here. It's been FAQ that this would take damage as well, because it's literally a beam weapon, so you've got to be careful what you shoot at.
Oh, okay. So that's the Achilles heel
Yes.
of the weapon
That's right, you've got to be careful.
itself. So there we go. So let's roll the dice.
They're hitting on 3s, re-rolling because of the High Carl Blessed.
Okay.
2
It's
auto
under-
wounds.
It's 2 auto wounds because it's under judgment.
Oh, I missed it.
And a hit.
Just a hit, yeah.
Just a hit, yeah. Even though it's -1 to hit, they've still got a brilliant dice roll. You've got to roll to wound
Roll to wound.
on the 5. I think you
5.
need to
This is a AP -2. Strength 7.
wound. Okay, so toughness 8.
It's 5s, isn't it?
5's to wound.
No.
And that's not a wound. So 2 have come through. What's your armour save?
It's
Sorry, AP minus.
-2.
A -2, so it'd be a 4+ armour, and the damage is
3 a time.
3 a time. Okay. I failed both, crucially. I don't like 50-50s, and I need to save my CP at a critical point. So I'm going to let the damage come through, sadly. So it's bracketed, and it's down to 5 wounds remaining on the Leon Russ tank commander. Yes, it's hit 3 times against the tank, so therefore the beam comes through. You'll hit the Sentinels 3 times.
So
It's not under judgment, so you don't get the auto wounds.
It's strength 7.
Toughness 7 now.
So
Sentinels are
4s.
forced to wound. Yeah.
So
Okay.
Just the one.
Just the one. That's AP -2.
Yeah.
We do have a 3+ armour save, and it's going to be a AP -2, so it'll be 5s. And
Yeah,
saved.
saved it.
Armour holds. Well done. Fucking Warrior's actually going to fire the Bastion. Can't kill the crew on the top because of the rules for Bastions. We're going to play that in this particular scenario. So you need a 3+ to hit. And the strength of the weapon?
It is strength 5.
So 5's to wound.
No.
It doesn't wound, so the Bastion holds. End of the shooting phase for the Leagues of Votann. Now is on to the charge phase. Coming right up next. He's going to do his infantry first to charge the shock troopers. He's going to do that first. I'm not going to spend a command point for them. I know what Phil's trying to do. He's very cheeky.
8-inch charge.
8-inch charge. He
6.
rolls a 6. You do have a command point on standby.
Go on then.
Okay, spending the command point.
Okay, that's correct.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Needs an 8. And he gets the 8. The troops are there. Well done. They made it to the objective. Oh dear, he's got a 5-inch charge.
The E-champ's going in.
The
It's a
champ
bit
is coming
overkill.
in.
If he gets in, it'll be a bit overkill.
It'll be overkill. Yeah, he's
Brilliant.
in. Oh dear, we are in trouble now.
Well, first of all, you've got mass driver accelerator.
Yep, so this is going to be
Mortal
wounds, which can kill the unit on its own.
Good too, yeah.
Ridiculous.
I'm going to roll a 1d6. If I get a 6, it works, or I need to equal or beat the toughness characteristic of that unit. What's their toughness?
3.
Is it? Oh dear. So anything over a 3 will give you D3 mortal wounds. Oh,
no,
it didn't work.
It didn't work. Okay.
You'll just have to do his hitting with the exactor.
Ouch. Okay. Is there any other charges?
No, it's my charges.
Okay, we may as well go plough through into the combat phase. So they do their consolidation into there. That's yeah. I think we're in trouble now.
The E-champ's going to go first though. He wants the glory.
He wants the glory.
Glory.
He's like, stand back, boys.
Yeah.
I want to fight. We can't really talk like that. They're not orcs. They're dwarves. They're dwarves.
They must talk like
Xenos dwarves with a bad attitude, and the Astra Militarum can't stand them. The reason why I can't stand this faction, it was an insult. What Games Workshop did is basically the debut battle report they did on the Warhammer Plus with the Leagues of Votann. The very first battle report, they triggered me because it fought against the Astra Militarum, and it mentioned as well that they fought against the Ultramarines. Yes. And that's it, we declared war. You declare war on our chapter, we declare war on you. So be aware, Leagues of Votann players, we are not allied with you. So Phil, tell us. That's enough of diplomacy.
The E-champion is going to hit the guys with the Exactor relic hammer.
Oh dear.
Which was fashioned for Haikal Yenuk, Book Hunter, by the notoriously irascible craftsman Kryn the Furious.
I'm sure that the guys there don't care. They just want to survive as best as.
It hits on 2s. 6s are very bad for you. Yeah. Oh, it's very poor.
That is awful. He could survive. 2s to wound though, because of fun damage.
Well, yeah. Yes, it does. It's strength 10.
Phil's stalling here. He's in a bit of a shock. Yeah, strength 10, toughness.
Oh! Just the one. Now that thing could take.
Oh, that's brilliant.
That thing could normally take. Fantastic.
I need to double check something because Cadia stands. Does it last the one phase, or does it last for the entire turn?
Phase.
Phase, yeah, it was the shooting phase. He charged. Okay, I tried. It's like Cadia stands. Yes. The charge phase. Oh no, we lose it now. But only one has been pulverized.
D3 plus 3 damage.
D3 plus 3 damage, and just take off a regular guardsman, please. That is a regular guardsman. Yes,
is it?
Yes, you'll count that. Now the troops will do their attack. I don't have 2 command points, so I cannot interrupt, sadly. Thane gets 2 attacks.
And the Hearthkin Warriors get 1 attack each.
They get 1 attack each.
Oh! No, they don't. They get 2 attacks each, and the Thane gets 3.
What?
I was looking at the wound characteristic, it's the attack characteristic.
Oh, ridiculous!
Right. Okay.
Dwarfs. Little midgets. Okay, hitting on 3. Missed a few. Strength is 4. Yes, toughness 3.
Just got to see
Strength 4. Toughness 3. So 3 to wound. 1 to 2s, 1 to 2s, 1 to 2s.
Yeah, you got some. These are AP minus nothing, no, just normal.
Oh, it continues. Right, so here we go. Needing 5s to save. If I get a 5s and 6s, I will make a YouTube short.
I've still got the Thane to hit you with a concussion gauntlet.
Oh, they've all died.
Oh, but the Thane was going to swing.
Oh, well, they've all gone. There's only Patreons and YouTube members. Matthew Tucker, he's just joined, but he's gone. Devin Matthews has gone as well, and an anonymous guardsman have been slain. Right, the commander actually gets to fight first. So, we're going to be hitting on 4s with our power fist. I hit you 3 times. Toughness 5.
Yeah.
3's to wound.
It's
1 wound. How many wounds do you have? Each. Is it 2?
He's got 2 wounds. Yeah. He's got 2.
AP minus 3. You do have his 4 up invulnerable.
Each time an attack is allocated, subtract 1 from the damage characteristic. So that's the end, isn't it?
Subtract 1 from the damage characteristic.
Yeah. But
okay. I'm going to...
You still hit me on normal.
Oh boy. Yes, okay. I'm going to leave that be. I'm going to not spend the command point. So do your 4+ invuln.
Over here?
Over anywhere. Oh, he's got 5 as well. Okay, the rest of the command party will have to fight. Cadia stands. Come on, boys. Hitting on 4s. They've got 2 attacks each, actually, and the one of the other guards has got a chainsword. So hitting on 4s. That's a really good roll. And of course, we're using the dice tray, courtesy of Games Workshop. Yeah, the Sky Shield landing pad. So it's actually there in the last game as well. Typical. Strength is 3, toughness 5. So 5's to wound. 1 wound only. And he's got 2 up armor save, and he rolls a 6 as well. Okay. Okay, we've done that attack there. Now you will get to fight next. He's going to try and kill the command party. He's leaving the troops this time. So he's hitting on
3s.
3s.
Yeah, 3 plus weapon skill.
3 plus weapon skill. He's hit twice. Strength of the weapon
is times 2. Strength 10.
Strength 10, so 2's to wound. Oh, snake eyes.
Whoa.
Nothing. No damage whatsoever.
That was a bad...
I was about to roll some 5+ ignore
Yeah.
pains, but 5+ ignore pains. Feel no pain. So no damage whatsoever. Snake eyes.
Yeah, so none of us damaging us there. It's a no-fight contest.
9 attacks, because the sergeant's got a chainsword and a base of 2 attacks. The rest have got 1 attack. Each hitting on 4s. I reroll 1s because the regimental's standard. They both hit. They've seen the banner flap across the wind, looking at the beloved planet that was once intact, but now it's fallen. Strength 3, toughness 5, 5's to wound, 1 wound again, 2+ armor save, and he's got that free, so no damage whatsoever down here. How interesting. We're on to the morale phase at the moment. So morale. Actually, the models that have taken casualties have been destroyed. And talking of victory points, the leagues of vote. Oh, there is a morale over here. Don't roll a 6, and the 1 they don't care. Cadia stands for them. So that's morale sorted. So take off that there. And what we're going to do is calculate victory points. Now, the victory points you have secured behind enemy lines, would you believe?
This guy,
that guy's still alive. So, failed to kill him. Oh, it's just killed the game for us,
so
I
one
think.
model calls that, and then one model there on that unit.
Yeah.
On that objective. That's
on that whole
crazy.
objective. Yeah, 1 single Votann model. Scum! Absolute scum. Votann. Triggered. And any other victory, yes, you've destroyed 2 more units as well, so another 2 victory points.
Bring it down for the flame tank.
Yep.
2 units destroyed.
Yep.
2 VP.
Yep. And for the secondary mission as well.
Yeah.
That we're doing as well. So the score now is going to be 40 points to the Leagues of Votann, to the Astra Militarum's 17. So what we're going to do is going to try and do as much damage as we can with the Astra Militarum forces, and see if we can get any victory points by destroying as many units as possible, and then hopefully we could catch up, but I highly doubt it. We'll try nonetheless. We have our orders to eradicate the foe. As we go on to a new turn for the Astra Militarum, it is turn 3 for the Astra Militarum, coming right up. Back up to 2, and that's that there. The Leagues of Votann get 1. Victory points, yes, we have secured 2 objectives. We secured 1 objective and 2 objectives, so we do get our 8 points at least. So that's the beginning of the command phase. Going to go straight onto the orders. Come right up next. 3+ for the blessing. No! Ken, useless priest. Next up, the conclusion of the command phase. That was unfortunate. The prayers have not been answered. We issued an order, take aim, to this infantry squad. They're not within 6 of this infantry squad, so they won't get that same order, sadly, which is a bit of a shame. Bit of a tactical error on my part. However, I've ordered get back in the fight from the Commissar for the Cadian shock troopers. So they've obeyed that order there, and they will do that in the movement phase. We have a plan here to secure this objective and try and secure as many points as we can and salvage the situation as we move on to the movement phase on turn 3. End of the movement phase on turn 3 for the Astra Militarism. I've advanced 11 inches for the Cassarkins, which is kind of a sign of like 10th edition coming up, because I can probably with the las guns with their new profile, they're heavy in assault, so it'll be quite good there. And the other thing as well is the Ogrins, they've advanced another 6 inches, so that's 12, and they actually can shoot as well at -1 with their Ripper guns, which is quite handy there. And then the heavy weapons squad has stood still. The infantry have secured this objective to hold that objective there. The armoured sentinels, I have an idea with the armoured sentinels to try and secure that objective. And the other thing as well is the tank commanders advanced forward as well to get in range with the Punisher Gatling cannon in support of the infantry over there. The Cadian shock troopers over here, they've pulled out of close combat and they're going to shoot with their melter guns in range, as well as their las guns as well. The infantry squad over here in support with the Commissar have come out of the door and they're going to lay some volley firing over there, just regular shooting over there, and the Commissar maintaining the discipline there. The command party has moved out of line of sight into the compound in there as well. The missile launcher team has stood still and they're going to lay down some anti-tank support over there as well. So there you go, so that's the end of the movement phase. We're going to go straight on to... Oh, the other thing I forgot to mention, the regimental priest is of course holding that objective there, so we haven't neglected our objective. So that's the end of the movement phase, straight onto the shooting phase next. The infantry squad is going to shoot into the dwarf heavy armoured, whatever it's called.
Half guard.
The half guard. That's the amount of las gun shots, and D6 shots with the frag grenade. 5. Which is good, that's from the sergeant. And we're going to roll these together because it's exactly the same profile. So hitting on 4s. 1s allow me to re-roll because of the regimental banner. These are just regular infantry squads. So the good news is, for me, is that there's 5 auto wounds. That's actually pretty good shooting. And over here we have 5 more hits. And 2 more wounds come through, so you've got to make 7 saves of 2+. Here we go. So 10 dice. Oh, the armour holds. Frustrating. Okay, we've got a hit. We've got a flamer. D6 auto hits. 6 auto hits. And who's this? Oh, it's Ryan Woolley with his flamer. Ryan Woolley. Here we go. That there is your toughness 5, aren't you?
Yeah.
So 3 wounds. If you get a 111, glory. He's got a wound. Okay. That's from Ryan Woolley. Thank you, Ryan. And also for the grenade, that was Ray Cross. Just to let you know there. And yes, I have a Commissar with a pistol. And he missed with a bolt pistol there, unfortunately. Next up, we're going to fire the missile launcher squad, and they're going to shoot. They're going to shoot crack rounds into that. I keep forgetting. What's the name?
Half guard.
Half guard. Okay, so I'm going to do the las guns first. I am in rapid fire. 3 hits, 2 wounds, no AP. I had killed him.
Yeah.
You want to spend a CP?
No.
No? Okay, mission accomplished. And I declared all my weaponry into there. So
Who
mission
killed
accomplished
him?
there.
That squad?
That was the
fight.
that's Chris Comiskey's missile launcher team. They've been actually quite effective.
They get judged for
They
killing
get judged for killing a unit as well. These judgment tokens. Okay. Whew. I don't care if we're under judgment. We're going to have retribution now and we start shooting with the Cadian shock troopers next. 2 melters. I'm going to fire into the vehicle. Frag grenade from the sergeant. And the rest of the las guns are going to go into the Votann units. So I'm going to do the las guns first. On 4s. I am within 6. Real 1s. Right, so those 2 6s, would you believe, that's an auto wound, and they're shock troopers, so they get to re-roll those. Actually, they get additional shot as well. So not generous, 2 more hits, so take away them and them. So just move the ammo crate out of the way, which is strength. 5 to wound. That's 3 wounds, plus 2, that makes 5 wounds in total. AP minus nothing. So you got 4 up armor saves to make. You ignore one of them because you're medic.
One goes, yeah, one's ignored.
And you lose 2 models. That's good shooting actually from the shock troopers. Grenade. Minimum of 3 shots because there's more than 5 models. That's 4 shots. That's hitting on. Hitting on 4s. That's just an auto wound. Reroll 1s. Missed. And just. Just 1 wound. 1 wound, no AP. Killed another one. So another one goes. Good shooting there, boys. Now the melter guns into the vehicle. Melter guns. Let's crack open this transport. Hitting on 4s. 6s are really good. So I'm going to do one at a time here. So Winston Adkins. He can re-roll 1s, thankfully. Because we're in 1 of the banner. We're in 6 of the banner. 5 is a regular hit. And he does strength is 8, toughness 7,
Yeah.
freeze to wound. And 4 is a wound, that's AP minus 4.
It's got a 5
up invulnerable save. 2, D6 damage, not quite within armor bane. 4 damage, well done, thank you Winston. And then we've got Patrick Darling, who's one of the first Patreon members. Very faithful supporter, and through loyalty over the years he has been promoted to Specialist Guardsman. So hitting on 4s, re-rolling 1s again because of the regimental standard, and the 3 is a miss. I cannot spend a command point to re-roll, unfortunately. And that's it. So 5 damage comes through. So 4 damage comes through. 5 wounds remain on that vehicle. 9 shots here from the Ripper guns. It's minus 1 though, so hitting on 5s.
Well, in light cover there.
You are in light cover, yes. But these are AP minus 2. Strength is 5. Toughness 4. So freeze to wound. 2 wounds come through. AP minus 2 plus 1 to your cover. And does 2 damage a time. Ripper
They've
guns.
got 4 up save.
Yep.
But they've got a 5 up
cover.
He's got a 5 up invulnerable.
5 up invulnerable
2.
save. Yeah, so he's
dead.
gone, okay. Threat neutralised.
Can you put a judgment token on the...
Yes, the Ogryns are under judgment,
Lovely.
sadly, because every time a unit, one of my units destroys, a judgment token is received. Bolters, would you believe I have line of sight to him because of the guy manning the back vehicle. They have 3 wounds, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, because the extra crewman. So hitting...
Oh, they've got 4.
Yeah, oh, it's got 4 wounds.
3 normally.
3 normally, 4. Yeah. So hitting on 4s. Would you believe there is no auto wounds? Strength of the weapon is 5. Your toughness 5.
5, yeah.
4's to wound. That's pretty good. It's 4 wounds, AP minus 1. Okay, each does 2 damage.
That's 5 ups.
Oh, we survived. Very good. So still crucially holding that objective. Las guns I declared off camera is going to shoot into the vehicle because there's no other targets.
Sure, yeah.
I got an auto wound against the vehicle as well, and 1 hit and another wound, so 2 wounds. No AP though.
So
So
this
you get
is
your
a 3
free up armor save, yeah, and no damage. They're okay. So the Lean Rust Punisher Gatling cannon is going to shoot into the troops' choices. The heavy bolters are going to do the same, and the las cannon is going to shoot into the vehicle. Now it's -1 because it's bracketed, but the turret weapon is going to be hitting on 4s because it is a turret weapon. So I'm going to do the heavy bolters first, just get them out of the way. So 6 shots hitting on 5s. That's 2 auto wounds and a hit, and strength 5. Yes, 3 is a wound. Would you believe? So 3 wounds. So sorry,
is that on the
3
tank
there.
or the?
That's against the infantry. Yep. So 3s to so AP -1. You do get your 5 up in bun. Save 2. Good roll. Another one has been killed. Next up is the Punisher Gatling cannon. The Punisher hitting on 4s because it's a turret weapon. The auto wounds helping, but it's not a brilliant roll, sadly. Strength 6, so 3s. That there is in total 7 wounds at AP -1. I have to overheat the barrel with the Punisher. Trigger happy. And that's 4
wounds.
4 wounds.
He's got 2 because he's
got
a
2.
sergeant.
He's a sergeant.
So 1 guy left.
1.
Oh no, there's a medic.
And a medic as well.
So I'll take. Yeah, I'll have to look. 1, 2, 3, 4.
4. Okay.
2 blokes left.
2 blokes.
Well, don't have to, I can. They've still got the unit. Yeah, that's it. I'll do it that way.
Yeah.
I'll
Okay.
leave the medic on because he can bring someone back
Yeah.
if they survive.
That's true. That's very true. Next up is the las cannon. Going to shoot into the tank, hitting on a 5 for glory. 4 is a miss because it's bracketed, sadly. There's another infantry squad here going to shoot into the vehicle. 6 shots into the vehicle from the infantry squad. That's an auto wound. The born soldiers, and just an auto wound.
On the vehicle.
1 save, yeah. 3+. Oh, it's taken damage. Okay. So next up, we have got the armoured sentinels. All 3 sentinels are going to shoot into the vehicle over there. One has D3 shots. 1E1. I am supercharging, by the way. And next one has D3 shots. Only 1. And D3 shots with the last one. Okay, so that's 4 shots in total. So here we go. These 2 hitting on 4s. Good, 2 hits. Next one takes a mortal wound. The next one is an auto wound. So auto wound, and I take a mortal wound on that sentinel because of plasma. And strength is 8.
Toughness 7.
2 wounds, and that is AP -3.
How many?
2.
2. AP minus. Well, so 5 up.
Yeah, 5 up.
1's gone through.
1's gone through, 2 damage, and I could have spent a command point to reroll that 1. What would it have been? That would have been a wound as well. And what would the armor save have been? Yes, okay, I'm happy with that. Okay, so that's the little mini series, What If? A bit like on Marvel. So I'm glad I didn't spend the stratagem there. And I think that is all the shooting. But I'm going to spend a CP for Maverick Maneuvers. Use this stratagem in your shooting phase when you select a Sentinel unit from your army to shoot. After that shooting is resolved, that unit can make a normal move up to 6 inches. That unit cannot shoot again in this phase. So I'm going to advance 6 inches to here and I'll secure this objective. That's it, they've done their move there, 6 inches off camera, and that is the end of the shooting phase. So that's Maverick Maneuvers, very useful stratagem there. Because it's just not just Scout Sentinel, it just says Sentinel keyword, which is very useful indeed. So that is the end of the charge phase. There's no charges, and obviously there's going to be no morale on my end. Is there any morale for you? Yes, you've got morale to do over there. You've lost quite a few models.
There's only 2 left. There was 9, so I lost 7.
9. So here we go.
6.
They fail their morale, so one of their models goes, and then you have to roll on a 2+. They're fine. Okay, that single troops choice is holding there. But I think we do secure that objective with the amount of models. And with the new OC objective thing, it'd be quite good, wouldn't it, for 10th edition? But anyway, back on 9th edition. That's it. What we're going to do now is going to calculate secondary victory points. Victory point has been gained for the Astra Militarism, destroying the dwarf heavily armoured heavy infantry there. Okay, it's 28 points to 40 as we conclude the end of battle round 3. 28 points to 40. So, do we continue on? We shall find out as we go on to battle round 4, turn 4, for the Leagues of Votann. Right, we've been discussing off camera for a few minutes, and we've come to the conclusion that the Astra Militarum are going to concede because this is what we've been discussing. The primary now that the Votann now have the initiative, they all start pulverising those that are holding infantry, that are holding objectives in the open.
I can put a judgment token in the end of your turn on that squad because they're a unit, and then at the start of my turn I can give them another from the card. So they'd have a judgment token of 2.
Auto wounding on the 5+.
And then I can judge these with a 1 from here.
Yep, holding the objective there. The amount of combat power statistically would kill them, and firepower as well, and to swamp the objective. I'll have no troops to trump that objective there.
These would disembark from this transport.
Yeah.
And move
to there.
The transport would then move. It can move with a cost of 1 CP.
Yeah.
Move up to 24 inches.
Yeah.
So I could drive it up here into
and get behind enemy
lines.
Yeah.
Then I've got this during the I did some test rolls, and he could go into them and kill them on his own, and if not, these could help. So we could kill. We're pretty sure we could kill those guys.
Yeah.
Because these have melee, these have shooting, so it's pretty formidable. Then this would be mine with nothing about to.
It's a bit of an odd scenario, isn't it? So the way victory points are scored, it's just these troops are too weak, and I wonder why they're doing now OC objective points in the new edition, so that vehicles can be a lot harder to remove off an objective, because with troops they're obviously the best choice to have holding objectives, but the problem is they're usually the weakest units, strategically speaking.
And in the shooting phase, these beam weapons would shoot the
Lean Rush,
the guys at the back, easy to hit, or whatever, hitting or whatever. Hit the guys at the back, then wound. I'll be wounding all of these. Yeah. In the straight line from the beam.
So it's absolutely brutal.
So there'd be some pretty. I tried to clear your troops from that objective.
Okay.
So we estimated that by the next time I would have got another 20 points.
Yeah.
I'd be on 60, and then you'd be on 28.
Yeah.
So you've got quite a.
Yeah, it's just too much of a gap
to catch up on the last turn. Yeah.
So we've decided, under the orders of the High Command, to fall back and regroup. The Votann have taken this section, but it has been a bit of a bloodbath actually for the Votann. They've taken quite a few casualties, but they've got victory, and that's all they care about. However, strategically speaking, we have a lot of models, but we have technically lost the fight here, sadly. So that is the end of the game. Units of the game, Phil. Which units are you going to choose? Honourable mentions and choice.
Well, during the game, at one point he was doing very well, then he did very poorly, so 50-50 with him.
Yeah. They did really well, I think.
Yeah, they were lucky to find
the beam coming through.
Yeah, they were lucky to get that position and be supported by them, so they were very accurate, piling out damage and not really getting shot at. Luckily,
they didn't get shot at at all.
They were lucky.
The bastions were protecting them in the same.
So they were lucky. I think the lone soldier over there did very well to survive.
He did, that's what won you the game.
Yeah, very good to him. So interesting start to to using these guys. They're different types of rules. There's lots to remember. I tried to remember most of it, but I have remembered that there's stuff I did miss, but never mind. It might all change in 10th. So.
It might all change.
Yeah.
It might all change. Units of the game for the Astra Militarum. I'm going to do honourable mention to the shock troopers. They did pretty well considering that they've taken a lot of casualties. However, I'm going to give unit of the game to the armoured sentinels with their plasma guns. They've been excellent, and they have actually fulfilled their mission by securing that objective. I would have actually played smoke, but unfortunately the nature of beam weapons, if he targets that one, I cannot use smoke to protect the... So it's a bit of an odd game mechanic there.
If
so,
whichever one's got smoke, I'll just... If you put the smoke on the first one back, so that's the one I'm hitting.
Yeah.
And if I don't want to hit that, I'll hit one I can. So I'll just try and avoid the smoke.
True. It's good to get these out again. I will be using these in future game, and I may get a few more units of those just to finish off the pre-fall of Cadia model. I love the old models, but I do love the new ones as well. So I do prefer the look of the new ones, but to befit the narrative, you've got to have the old ones there as well. The Cassocans, a good debut for them. None of them have been lost, which is excellent. So that is the conclusion of the game. Thank you very much to Phil once again for hosting your beautiful Leagues of Votann army, debuting on the channel for the first time. And what an epic fight it was. It was excellent. Brand new army, brand new tactics, and they did act like dwarves. Like in Legend, they are tough. Very, very tough indeed. It's quite good the mechanics that they have as well, that have been a bit toned down since the Codex release, which is good on GW's behalf. So if you've enjoyed this video, please hit that like button, subscribe to the YouTube channel if you have not, hit the bell icon if you really want to see the latest battle reports and YouTube shorts that are coming up, and share this video. It really does help the flow of the channel to keep the content going as well. So if you want to support me further, you do check out patreon.com/the 18th Cadian Army Group. You can go all the way from White Shield all the way up to the General Staff of the Army Group and that of the Ultramarines chapter as well. So I do play with both factions. Do check out the tiers there. Special thank you to all of the Patreon members that are supporting me right now, including Phil. He's a fellow Patreon, and as well, he's a YouTube member as well. So also, you can watch my battle reports with 0 ads. This battle report will be published 1 week in advance with 0 ads, so a little bit of a payment per month, but it really does help support the channel as well, and you get ad-free content as well. So you can watch this battle report for free, and then for free viewers and those that are on the lower tier members, they can watch this battle report with ads back on. So that's the new structure that I've done there. And the more members that join on the YouTube channel membership, the more emojis I will unlock. So please consider heading over and supporting me there. And another thing as well, big thank you to our sponsors. We've got Siege Studios, Gammat.eu for providing this excellent battle mat, the Outpost. If you want to support me through purchasing any items for all your hobby needs, 20% discount as well, even 25% as well. Head over to the Outpost affiliation link, and it helps support the channel as well. There'll be an iCard above and in the video description below as well. And also to Siege Studios for sponsoring this channel as well, and for Longbow BB. They are my sponsors as well. So there you go. That concludes another battle report. And what a fight it was. The Leagues of Votann versus the Astra Militarum was concluded. The Leagues of Votann have got their victory. Thank you very much for watching. And as always, happy wargaming.